Okay. 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 Let's 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 get this started. Mm. Before I do the names, we're gonna wait for a couple more people to hop in. I'm here. Just we need to make sure I don't associate with. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Neck Breath? How you doing? All right. We're gonna get to the AKAs in a little bit. I just need to do some housekeeping first. So first of all, Happy New Year, folks. Happy New Year, folks. We've been doing a lot of good stuff. These past few years, you know, we've been we've been trying our best, trying our hardest, really really doing what we can to keep the dream alive. You know what I mean? But as it currently stands, we've got to make a transition. We've got to open the threshold. We've got to step beyond the current parameters. So without further ado, Konnichiwa minasan, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Nine AQ Ray, aka the Human Lashy Machine, aka the Hot Take Intellectual, aka Young Giga Drill, the Nigerian Dandara, the Little Heart Attack, Little Heart Attack, Ieyasu Tokugancha, Miyamoto Too Flashy, aka Atori Trapping Out the Bando, aka I don't pay for my Netflix, I got people for that, aka Atlanta's Original Otaku, aka The Pagan Slayer, aka Bugs Money, aka Boss Nino of the Shiri Mafia, aka Strong Boyega, aka fucking Childish Gam Nino. I might actually have to get rid of that one. Call me Cash the Stampede because all I do is make money and spread love and peace. AKA Charles Spasnoboy, AKA Blink Yuk On, AKA that kid from too many places to count, AKA Mr. Black and Platinum. Happy New Year, people. Happy New Year. I'm happy that we're able to start off with some great festivities. Let's see what chat's saying. Burn your fucking letters. You good, but you might get drafted. Da da da. Yo, we all finna die because of more Republicans. Yo, you know what? I keep forgetting. I title these streams things, and like people come in here with the energy of the title, and like I don't often come. I sometimes don't come in here with the energy of the title, but let me actually get into the energy of the title. Yeah. Guys, I'm a humble anime YouTuber. I'm a humble nerd. All I care about is pro wrestling, rap music, Japanese cartoons, video games, and not much else. So to ask me to stress about politics is a very tall order. I know I sometimes might impress with my fancy words and dialect when I talk on this stream, but if we're being honest, I don't really have the energy to talk about this Iran situation. Not necessarily because I don't know what's going on or I don't have an opinion. Of course I have an opinion. I'm Nino. Of course I have an opinion. It's just what's the point anymore, guys? Like not even on some doomer shit. Like let's look beyond the simple oh we're all gonna die, because I mean everyone dies. Dog. Like dying isn't the problem, but like dying isn't the problem. The problem's beyond the dying part. To me, I think it's beyond the quote unquote impending doom of the situation. I think there's something more depressing about this. That's even more irritating to me than just death. It's that this is this is not even the third time that this literal specific scenario has kicked off. It's not even the fourth. This has been a repeating, like, revolving door of conflict in that region of the world for years. And I, to be honest, it's kind of bourgeois and passe to say I'm sick of it. Who the fuck cares if I'm sick of it? Think about the people who come from there, dog. Like, that's, you know, that's the reason why this whole thing is depressing to talk about for me. Like, who fucking cares, man? Like, this is, it's all for the stocks. You lot saw the margins. I don't think you have. because you guys are weebs, so you probably don't follow stock exchange shit. So like, but yeah, the guys who pay for the wars to happen and who make money off the wars happening, fucking wow, who would have thunk? All of this stuff starts kicking off and their stock prices just start shooting up. It's all a game, guys. And I know that's the doomer part. You know, that's the lizard brain saying, "Oh, we're all gonna die." But like, I don't think, again, the dying isn't even the depressing part. It's the fact that it's how unreal it is. It's how obviously this isn't even like the people orchestrating this shit are so removed from any concept of caring about what actually is happening here that it's kind of annoying to even conceptualize it. It's really the exact same feeling I get when I think about it's literally the exact same feeling I get when I think about anime, or at least the anime industry. Like, it's the exact same feeling I get when I think, because like those guys who make these cartoons have been fucked over for decades since this whole industry got its start. People have been harassed, abused, and used as tools for years. Artistic creations have been trampled over and sold without a thought and shuffled around because people just wanted to use the surplus of these artistic projects to do bullshit. And I know some of y'all already know I'm talking about Gainax. Yeah, we'll get to that later. But like, just observing the whole disgusting shoggoth of the thing makes you just, I don't know, what's the literal diametric opposite of the warm and tinglies?
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, how's everybody doing? I think Sheem and Dave are in call. How you guys? I don't want to talk anymore.
I'm alright.
All right.
I'm alright. I'm watching Girlish Number. I think the disaster artist is Shirobako Edwood.
So someone just oh wait, Ian. Oh, I just checked the chat. Okay, all right, people are here on the chat. How good was NJ? I didn't even see Wrestle Kingdom, man. I was asleep because I saw it pop up on my recommend. I saw it pop up and I was like, you know what? I literally can't stay up for this. I wasn't able to watch Wrestle Kingdom.
You know what? I just realized The Witcher
Jimmy,
series is just Shrek. The Witcher series is just Shrek.
I'll get to
Shrek
that.
for adults.
I'll get to that point later, Sheem. But I need to finish reading some of these comments. But yes, people have already said that. I think Bunny Hop said that. All right, so this anime research guide you're doing. Why are you the only AniTuber ever to attempt it? Am I the only to attempt it? I don't know. Well, number one, I don't know if I am the only person to ever attempt something like this. But number two, if I am the only person to attempt it, I don't know why. Anyone else could try. Like, I've got the second video. I've got the second video in production right now. But like,
Jimmy,
anyone else could try.
If anybody else attempted that, they'd be out of a job.
Why would they be out of a job?
Because everybody be looking up anime shit. They won't need AniTube.
Yeah, but like that's the reason why I'm because I mean, here's the thing. I exist in a world where everyone. I don't know if everyone else exists. I don't know if everyone else's anime acumen would still be able to impress everyone. But in a world where everyone's already aware of what like their favorite producers, studios, etc., are, I really do believe I'd be fine. I'd be fine in a world like that. I'd be fine if I'm able to succeed in what I want to do with my People's Guide to Otakuism series. Because I've only been able to get one video out, and it doesn't seem like many people are watching it. But that's fine. We've got more. It might blow up at like part 3, 4. You know, it doesn't matter. It's whatever. We keep it pushing. That's what these series are for. But like, if I'm able to succeed at what I'm attempting here, then I'm fine. Like, I exist in that world. I won't be out of a job. People, in fact, I'll be able to make better videos. I'll be able to make the best videos possible if everyone is already on the same page. Because the thing is, I'm at my best when I make videos that I want to watch. That's the thing. But because most people, I don't want to do the whole I know more than that about, because I really don't know that much more about anime than anyone. But like, but the thing is, a lot of people aren't on the very baseline level of competency that most anime that I would like most anime fans to be on. And
You've read my writing. You know I talk shit a lot of time.
yeah, so like, but like, the thing is, like, I would definitely like a lot more people to be on that page. And if I'm able to get more people on that page, I will not be out of a job. In fact, I will be at the peak of my career. I'm not making a brokerage account at the current moment, Ian. What else? Someone wrote 9/11 at least had a potent revenge angle to it. This shit is just plain lazy. Not to mention the country's going through more of a left phase to put up with this shit. Oh gosh.
Yeah. Oh God, war.
Who's gonna win the Rumble? I haven't even been keeping up with the Big W. Oh gosh, American wrestling. Oof, ugh, ew. That American wrestling that isn't fucking what's it called? AEW. American wrestling that isn't AEW, that isn't all elite. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. My country is on fire because they're trying to build a new train line. R.I.P. koalas. Hi, my cousin goes to school in. Shouts out to my cousin. I'm not gonna say his name, but like, shouts out to my cousin in Australia. Well, he's not in Australia at the moment, but he's gonna be. Shit. Wow, this is not very ladylike.
Yeah, America's going to war, and Australia's burning, so we're all fucked.
This is a very sexy way to cap off 2020, dog. It's a very sexy. You know the last year that popped off that did this wavy, 2018 with the fucking Logan Paul shit. Remember? 2018 popped off like out of the gate. It was wavy, so crazy. Yeah, I feel like 2018 was a good year. 2018 was a good year, so I feel like we're gonna have that same kind of vibe coming through 2020.
I'm just hoping we're going to get good music because of the war.
Nah, people are too fucking pussy to make good music about politics anymore.
And the thing is, South Park is going to not going to do a good episode now.
Literally, nobody cool, nobody popular makes music about politics anymore. They like the record industry. The record industry has specifically been able to destroy like conscious thought in like in most pop music. You have to be really subtextual with it now if you want to get that kind of message in. You have to be super subtextual.
Or you have to be independent.
Shouts out to Jimmy's cousin. What are you doing Tuesday? Tuesday next week? Not much. Do you need me to bring the mic over and record some stuff, Ian? What's it called? And a fucking nonce. Wait, what? Drake wasn't showing love. He's a biter and a fuck. Okay, so fine. People are talking about the whole Drake and drill thing. Yo. Okay, so Drake.
Still fuck with Drake?
No, shush. Drake is okay. This is like I don't want to be that guy who does the whole like, oh, Drake is trash because he hop culture vulture, he hops on shit. I mean, like, cause I'd be screaming at the choir. You lot already know these things. You lot already know how everyone sensible feels about Drake. You already know how everyone sensible thinks about like his. But the thing is, what I would like to understand about him is why does he think it's gonna work? Especially when it's something as concretely like separate from him as UK drill. Like when Pop Smoke does it, this is I'm now talking specifically to my hip hop people. When Pop Smoke does that shit, he's doing it in that New York raspy way. He has his own vibe, but he just steals the beats. Drake literally just like, the thing is, Drake doing the UK drill flow, the limerick style flow that UK drill has, he just made it too obvious he didn't write it. I think that's the problem with it. He made it too obvious that wasn't him because he didn't feel comfortable doing it. He didn't feel natural. He doesn't know how to flow with it. He doesn't know how to do the bop thing. He doesn't know how to like really. He doesn't have it. You know what I mean? Like you can listen to somebody who knows how to rap like a driller, and like really just not know if he's actually with it or if he's just like. No, you have to. Oh man, it's kind of an intangible almost. But yeah, Drake's a pagan and he's a fake and he's a prick and no one should listen to him.
He's a pedophile.
And, yeah. I mean that I'm not confirm nor deny. Can't do that. Can't do either one of those.
Well, I mean, not to mention it's a phebophilia.
Can't confirm nor deny. Can't do either one of those. Can't do either one of those. I got
surrounded by yes men.
Yeah. You know, some people say.
I mean,
some people say.
I mean, it's Billie Eilish. Just, I mean, it's probably her fault that she's 17, not Drake's fault that he's an adult.
Drake been having ghostwriting. Come on now. Yeah, everyone knows Drake has ghostwriters, but like, the thing is, the reason why him trying to do a drill track is so fucking bait is because when he does it, he's not doing it the way people who come from England do it. He's doing it like he's trying to imitate that. Like, for example, I can do the UK drill flow. Not necessarily because I'm more British than anyone else is, because everyone knows I haven't been there for a while. But because I understand specifically the slang and the actual cadence in which they speak, I'm able to pull it off pretty convincingly. Drake, not so much, because he still talks like a Canadian. And Canadians don't do drill. They barely do grime. Canadians rap. That's fine. Rap like a fucking Canadian. Please just do that. Why you gotta hop on different styles? And if you hop on different styles, why you gotta steal flows? If you're gonna do a flow, do your own flow about it, bro. Don't do what the UK people are doing, bro. You're not sharing love. You're a pagan. You're a fucking pagan. You're a culture vulture. You can fuck off. I'm sorry. Jeez. Eja. Anyway, someone just asked JPEG Mafia and then question mark. What the fuck am I supposed to say about JPEG Mafia? Like, he's good. Like, yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's good. He's good. he's good. Like, yeah, he's good. Like,
Probably one of the few people that can make the whole corny on purpose thing work.
Who?
Because he's doing internet shit. JPEG.
Tuesday, I'm chilling with my girl them that I'm dating. Well, that sounds like good fun. Neck breath. I hope you have a good time. I hope you two go to the park and hold hands and look at each other longingly and do nothing more, because that would be a sin. Anyway.
Unnecessary flex, but okay.
Ian might fuck around and drop a drill track. Yo, Ian, please go look up how to make a drill. Go look up how to make a drill beat, and I'll rap over it, please. I have a verse that would murk anything. Oh man, please. By the way, the guy who goes by Ian Pruitt in chat, he's the guy who produced Bushi, everyone. That's the guy who produced the song that was in my last video. Yeah, that's him. We're releasing an updated version of that song at some point in the middling future. Who knows? But Toronto drill.
Robin to your bad
best drill is UK and Australia. Yeah, I mean Toronto drill. Yeah. Toronto drill. Okay, apparently Toronto does drill. Okay, I apologize. Well, Toronto, fine. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Toronto. Go ahead. Oh, I'm from Ontario. I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I come from the Maple Leafs. I support the Maple Leafs, and yeah, it's the What the Witch has been pretty good. I haven't even had too much of a trouble. Just been walking around. I had to go wait for my
You sound Irish.
Canadians are Irish, dog. Canadians are Irish.
No, they're not. They're French, if anything.
No, there's a ton of Irish Canadians.
French.
Like the Canadian accent is built upon an Irish accent in a lot of areas. Like,
I caught the subtlety.
Like, what's it called? My mouse is fucking trash. My mouse is, I'm looking through the chat and I'm trying to see what people are saying. Jimmy, what if it's all genuine and you're being unfair to Drake? If everything Drake is doing has been genuine and he's just a real fan of rap and is just trying to test his hand at all the different rap styles, and I'm just being a meanie to someone who truly just loves hip hop and actually just wants to practice different things because he's in love with the craft, you know what I say to that? You are hiding a child. Let that boy come home.
Okay.
You are hiding a child. Let that boy come home.
In Drake's case,
Deadbeat motherfucker playing Border Patrol. Yo! That's what I say to that, go. That's what I say to that, go.
In Drake's case, he's hiding 2 children.
Use a drill beat for the Anti Cypher this year. Oh, you know what? I don't know. I don't know about that.
In Drake's case, he's hiding 2 children. One scene and his actual one.
Oh gosh. If I made the Anti Cypher a drill track this year, I would disagree. You would all disgrace yourself. You would all disgrace even the good ones. Even the guys who can rap. Even the guys who can rap would disgrace themselves. Like, because those are
do not want to hear.
Those are not beats you could
do not want to hear.
Those are not beats you can just jump on. Those are like you have to respect that style.
I don't want to hear Digi's failed attempt at drill rap.
2 guns in a backpack when I come around when I don't see backtrack. Don't know why they wanna say that. Don't know why they wanna say that crap. See him insured, man, a B duck Affleck. No, see him insured, man, a duck like Affleck. I don't know. I'll write the bar later. Who cares?
I don't want to see Digi's attempt at drill rap.
I will kill him if he tries. I'll slap him in his baby neck. You Digi, don't you dare do drill. I'll diss you drill. I'll use a drill song and diss you, Digi. Oh, don't you dare. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, don't you fucking dare. Do it, drill cypher. You need to get off the crap, Jimmy. I don't know. Jimmy, keep it up. I'm trying to hear some fireballs. I'm not trying to embarrass myself on stream, dog. Oh gosh. Catch me in the Barnes and Noble, flipping through the manga, combine the gang of styles, pile them up, going like, oh, okay, let me not rap Genji Rhythm. Everyone's already heard that a trillion fucking times. Oh, gosh. I'm not even, I hope people aren't staying quiet to hear me do more verses. Please talk. I'm looking at 4 tracks.
Thoughts on that Gynax shit.
Okay, now you're asking me about it. Well, it's a story as old as time. Sometimes people mismanage funds and are not able to have the best interests of a company at heart. They just do.
What was the whole pedophilia scandal that came out? Well.
Exactly what it sounds like, dog.
That's how you know Gynax are pure weebs just like us, because they're irresponsible with their life decisions.
I wouldn't say that.
Crazy part is, it seems like it's the business people that mishandled the funds.
That's specifically why I said I wouldn't say that. Like it wasn't. Capitalism kind of fucking sucks, guys, and I think that's what this Gynax situation is teaching us. I think the fact that we live in a world where it's just inherently expected for, I'm putting air quotes the size of the Eiffel Tower up right now, fucking qualified business people to deal with certain things and companies and separate those tasks in managerial positions from artists. I think the fact that we have that division of labor to justify a certain group of people being able to pay their way through owning things and then being able to mismanage the ownership of those things and then being able to shovel the blame off on the artists who create those things, you know, like that, having that dynamic exist in and of itself, I don't think that's the best way to go if you're an artist. If you do art, if you like making stuff, and creating things, that I don't know, my guy. don't know if that's like the world you want to live in. I don't know if that's the world you want to live in, but it is the world you live in now. So,
It's
and
funny because
I think that's
kind of
continue. Sorry.
It kind of contextualizes the Fulu Coolie sequels because I was like, oh,
Yeah.
how come the anime turned out so weird when like Tsurumaki and Sadamoto were there? Were they just in the back being like, yeah, okay, keep going?
It's wild. Yeah,
Like they didn't even care about it.
Someone just posted. Otaku no Video was a premonition. But the thing is, if Otaku no Video was a premonition, remember what's gonna happen. People come back from the dead and make something even bigger. So I guess now we look forward to Kara and Trigger and all the things that came from Gainax. Gainax lives on. The original studio is now corrupted and dead. The people who control it are now corrupted and dead.
One of them's in prison.
Ew. Disgusting.
I mean, he wasn't even an OG.
It was literally there for 1 month.
And the guy, the president before him, one of the presidents before him got hounded on tax evasion.
Oh, I'm expecting anime to go through a Me Too movement later on this year, if anything happens.
What?
I'm expecting the anime industry to go through something like a Me Too movement if anything happens this year.
They already did that. It's called the Kutu movement. Isn't that what Japan has?
Oh.
Yeah, they already have some stuff. Jimmy owns Off-White. Fuck you, no I don't. I don't own any Off-White. Don't lie on my name, please.
Jimmy owns Off-White.
I do not own any Off-White.
Man has money.
I don't own Off-White. I don't know what you lot are talking about. I do not have money like that. Please go away.
Man owns the eggshells. Crazy.
Get out. I am a broke boy. I do not own any Off-White. I don't own Yeezys. I don't own Off-White. The only nice shoes I own are Jordans. And everyone owns Jordans. Everyone owns Jordans, dog. Everyone. So, the tiny voice European, deadass, Mecca Disney Park never. We just try to put some art. We all just trying to put up, just trying to live in crazy world. I mean, yeah, man. Someone just, yeah, man.
It's a time.
この世界はひどいです。ひどいですね。超ひどいだ。
Also, one of the best things to happen this year was John Boyega just taking out the Halos.
I don't know what the fuck that was about. I was like, what's going on?
Jimmy is actually a hype beast. Fuck off, Ian. I'm not a hype beast. I'm not a fucking hype beast, Ian.
That was just funny. It's just he posts up like Romance and Star Wars, and then just everybody just jumped on him.
Oh, you mean John Boyega? Yeah, you know what? People are like, oh, Jimmy. That's how I know John Boyega grew up with you. I'm like, okay, you know what? Here's the thing. John didn't do anything wrong. All John did was tell you fucking people the truth. Okay? All John did was tell you fucking people what the fuck was up. He told you what Disney was too afraid to explain to you, that the Reylo relationship was fucking dumb, and Star Wars is dumb, and you fans are dumb, and he wants nothing to do with it anymore. You're not gonna. In the words of John, in fact, let me actually look at what John's middle name is, because I feel like he has a very powerful middle name.
That shit was funny. My man was like,
I feel like John has a of course. Whoa. Okay, so in the words of John Adebayo B Adegboyega, in the words of John Adebayo B Adegboyega, that John Boyega is not even his real name. Is Adebayo B Adegboyega. Let me explain. You're not gonna Disney Plus him, okay? You're not gonna Disney Plus him, all right? You heard? You're not gonna Disney Plus him. In his own words, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen like that for you. You're not gonna do that to him, okay? You can go and fuck off. You foolish people are not going to say nonsense on John Boyega's name. My brother is not going to accept any of this rubbish.
Pacific 3 Rim. When?
Pacific Rim 3 when? John Boyega and who else could be in it, man? I don't know. I'll be in that shit, nigga. Let me be in that shit.
I don't know, man. That second movie didn't do too good.
Well, no, they're not making any more Pacific Rim. I'm pretty sure. You would need a producer who knows how to talk his ass off to get a third Pacific Rim movie made. Like
John Boyega and the Gundam movie.
You see, this time it's gonna be a porno. We're calling it Pacific Rim.
Yo, how you doing, Mo? How you doing, Mo? Oh, but yeah,
Oh
but
shit, you mean
Yo,
Pacific
what's
Rim
up?
jobs?
no, but yeah, you would need a producer who knew how to talk his ass off to get a third Pacific Rim movie done. Like the studios would not accept that.
Can I ask, why have all the best superhero movies come from horror directors?
Because horror directors don't care about quality.
Oh, we're just gonna act like Aquaman is good? The fuck you mean?
It was.
Aquaman is-
Aquaman was
yeah.
pretty decent.
Okay, all right.
Aquaman knew how to use his Jason Momoa.
I'm not gonna act like Aquaman's a good movie. I'm just gonna stop talking. All right.
Man, Aquaman
lie
had one
here.
thing. Look, yeah, Aquaman had one thing going for it, and they knew how to use it.
Oh man. Jimmy owns Balenciaga. Yo, you lot need to stop lying on my name, G. Like, stop saying I own all these brands that I don't own, okay? Like, you lot need to stop. I don't do brands, okay? I don't do brands. I don't do brands, all right? Please, leave me alone. I don't do brands. Jimmy, you sound like you're just stroke. Oh, fuck off, Solgo. I'm not. You disgusting man. You have kids. Stop talking like such a degenerate. You have 2 children, okay? Solgo, you have 2 children, okay? Okay, Solgo? Okay, you have 2 small children.
Yo.
You
It's
stop.
so funny to get you see my nigga song on search history, bro. You see that nigga search history, bro?
No, I do not want to see that nigga searches.
We know what that shit.
I do not. It's just food and
that shit
just
in black. That
just
shit don't even have
food and porn. Just all it is. Food and porn. That's all it is. Food porn and food porn. That's what.
Crazy. Why that
that's
nigga
what
go
it
to the
would be.
Walmart website and go immediately to the porn site, bro? That's
What
Look,
else?
food and
What
porn are-
other lies
food
are
and
people
porn are
saying?
new.
Jimmy owns
Food and porn are
Uniqlo.
the only
You know
things that
what?
matter.
You know what, Jordan? I can neither confirm nor deny that last one. Okay, so leave me alone. I not the Gucci, but the Uniqlo collabs. I can either confirm nor because the Gundam one was pretty sick. Alright, so you lot can't lie. You lot can't bring this up. Hey, someone just said John Wick 4, and it's like, you know what?
Why do you go like quit being a sexually active being as soon as you got kids, bro? That's sad. That's a sad.
Who?
That man's soul, bro. That nigga soul can't do nothing or say nothing, man.
That's the price you pay for bringing life into the world. You can no longer be a degenerate. You have to be a sensible, responsible human.
You can be.
In my opinion, once you've brought a child into the world, you no longer have a right to be a weirdo.
Oh, you can be a degenerate if you try.
Like
You just have to keep it on down low.
once you've brought a child into the world, you no longer have a right to be a weirdo. You owe your child too much for that. You owe your child
I
too much.
think there's a time for that. Like, if you get old and your kid has kids, I think you can do whatever you want.
Oh yeah, no.
At that point.
When you're a grandpa,
Oh,
that's
no.
when you can go back to being as
showed
fucking
up,
weird
bro.
as you want.
That
You
nigga-
can, yo, when I'm a grandpa, if I ever live long enough to be a fucking grandpa, I'm gonna be the most cantankerous old man. I'm gonna be the
Hold up.
listen.
Hold up, Mom.
So you're just.
Soul can't do what, nigga? Soul can't do what?
Oh my God, so close to how you? I say you got 2 children. You can't be talking like this. You can't be acting a damn fool, so close. You too far gone.
Nah, fuck that.
Nah, I want you off the force. You got kids to think. You got kids. I want you off the force. You got kids to think about. Hand in your badge. Hand in your badge. Oh my gosh, you got kids to think about now.
I gotta keep it in the touch, dog.
Oh my God,
He just has to learn to keep it on the down low like everybody else.
man.
Yo, so remember when you heard
And
when
I
you
can,
was
I can
on
literally
Thursday,
hear
the
your
phone-
babies in the background, Soglo. I can literally hear your baby children in the background, Soglo. Like what? Come on.
Has to keep it in
Man,
back.
I would be Yuki. I would be the best grandpa ever. I'll be such a sick grandpa. Wow, people would. Oh man, my grandkids will love me.
Jimmy, you know full well you're going to be granddad from the Boondocks.
No.
Or Jimmy
I'm not-
Roshi.
I'm gonna be Roshi. I'm very much gonna be a nigga Roshi. I'm gonna be like Leroy Smith. Except like less kung fu and more like smoke weed and ride a bicycle. You bet I'm gonna ride bicycles as an old man. If there's one physical activity I want to be able to do into my old age, it's ride bicycles. If I'm not able to, I need to stay in shape well enough to be able to ride a bike. That's the one like fitness goal I have for the rest of my life. Like if I can't ride a bike when I'm old, then it was all for nothing.
All of it.
It was all for nothing. If I can't ride a bike when I'm old, it was all for nothing.
All this anime,
Yeah,
all
exactly.
this being on YouTube.
Oh, it was all
nothing.
it was all for nothing. It was all for nothing. Literally all of it, worthless.
All
Oh,
those
man.
shonen life lessons.
Yeah, man. Yo, you
All
know
that
what?
Kingdom Hearts
You
too.
You know what? There's this fucking who's seen the first episode of Metabots, right? Okay, so in the
Of
first
course, I've seen the first episode of
yeah, so
Metabots.
in the first episode of Metabots, there's this old dude. He shows up in the rest of the series too, but like he sees Iki, right? And like he tells him that like a man's strength is his burning spirit. And like I don't know why, but shit like that always speaks to me. I don't know why. It hits me right in my kokoro. You know what I mean? It like
Nah.
that kind of like burning spirit shit.
I just
like,
want.
like he
I just want to get. I just want to get old enough to drink tea.
Wait, what? Whoa, I can't. I can barely see what. Jimmy, you gonna raise your kids to be gatekeepers? No, my kids aren't gonna watch. My kids aren't gonna watch anime. Kids are gonna be respectable human beings. Okay, anime is gonna be banned in my house. It's gonna
Kids are watching anime. They're just watching the anime that I give them.
Maybe it just skips generations.
my kids are banned from watching. My kids are gonna be so sheltered, dog. Like they are not gonna be allowed to do anything. I'm gonna shelter my kids so hard they rebel really hard and then turn into crazy people, even worse than me. That's the plan.
Maybe your kids will
Isn't
be
that-
normies, and then your grandkids will
Isn't that
retake
just-
the
yeah.
mantle.
Not just going to continue in the cycle of abuse.
No,
we
no,
do
I'm
it
gonna
in
love
this.
them. No. They're gonna have freedom, but they're also gonna like not be allowed to do certain things. I'm gonna let my kids are gonna be very confused. They're gonna be allowed to. They're gonna have like massive amounts of freedom in a lot of places, but I'll like restrict their internet access and shit.
I think
I agree with
for
that.
precisely the 2 minutes that was ever a part of this community, the thing I realized is most people haven't even seen that much anime. They've seen 5 shows that everybody can talk about, and they talk about that shit for like 5 years, bro.
Hey
They
man,
start.
Oh, why you calling out Goat Jesus?
That's
nigga?
wow,
Oh, man.
wow.
Well, when I was a kid,
Don't bring up
like
don't
your-
bring up my friend don't bring up my friend and longtime compadre Goat Jesus like that.
Hey, are you gonna act like that's not a true criticism?
Did you just
So
mention
it said
YouTube
you
anime
just-
makers?
so you
Where
just-
was the lie?
You raise your grandsons as a Volcel. Yes, my sons are all gonna be Volcel. All of my sons are going to like they're gonna be virgins into their late 40s. And they're gonna be like powerful
Same.
virgins, like not like the weak ones who
They're
want to
gonna
have
be like,
sex
I'm
but
just
can't.
on my
They're just not gonna care. They're not gonna give a single fuck. They're not gonna give a single
We're going to
shit.
make your
you gotta channel all that angst into workouts.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna all be buff as
So-
fuck. No, they're gonna all be buff as
What you-
fuck and not giving shit about messing
So what
around
you're
with
going to
girls.
say is. So what you're going to say is you're going to make your sons asexual.
Wait, Jimmy, will you share the secret of pagan time to your friends? No. Because they will
We don't play around with that word.
Shit.
damn, Jimmy.
Uh,
Let your kids hit up Pornhub and Sumino, man. I mean, look, man. If my okay, here's the thing. The only reason I exist the way I am as a human being is because my parents didn't really care about my internet access. They didn't think that the internet was anything that could completely corrupt and distort any sense of normalcy that my brain could conceive. I'm not gonna make that stupid mistake. My kids are gonna know exactly what the internet is gonna do to their heads, and that's why I'm gonna, not monitor, but like completely restrict certain things from the internet from them. Like none of them are allowed to touch 4chan. Like the moment I see any of them like start using 4chan, they're grounded. There's like it's not even gonna be on some like if I see you use it, if I see you use it, I'm gonna hit you or anything. If I see you use 4chan, you're going to be in trouble. I'm gonna take away your computer. You're gonna have to like go outside and fucking pick mangoes or something. We're taking a vacation to Nigeria, like something like that. Oh yeah, vacation to Nigeria would fix 4chan.
When
Yeah,
did 4chan
definitely.
become a thing you look back on negatively? Like,
When did
that
4chan
a thing
become?
you-
Oh, bro, I when I started using it.
Okay.
I still use
So why
4chan,
do
but
you
like,
keep using it?
why did I keep using it? Don't get me, you know what, Mo? I'm not trying to go into the whole why 4chan is
Do we
bad.
keep you?
I'm
You
not.
do we
must
keep using-
understand the darkness of humanity in order to try
Ain't
dealing.
we-
ain't even that. Ain't even that. It's about like why is it
4chan now?
Why is what?
Is it Twitter? 4chan and Tumblr
No, it's
now.
Tumblr.
Both.
Oh yeah, no.
Like, 'cause if
Okay,
you want one thing-
no. Okay. Lost Prince in cyberspace. Here's the thing. The fact that they're going to have to hop through hoops to get to it is inherently why. Like the fact that they know it. I want them to know it's wrong. That's the thing. I want them to, if they want to continue pursuing it, whatever, they're gonna get in trouble. Same way I like. That's one aspect of discipline that I always actually like look back on and understood. Like, if I did something wrong and I knew it was wrong, I knew what I was doing was stupid, I knew it was a bad idea, but I did it because I thought I was gonna get one up over on the authorities that be. Insofar that I'm able to get one over on them, the fact that I still understand that it's something I'm getting over on them, and you know I know what I'm doing is wrong. I've already learned enough of a lesson insofar, like in enough as it is. I've already learned that lesson. I've already learned the lesson that what I'm engaging in is illicit behavior. It's not something I should be doing all the time, but for this particular moment, I've decided to do this. If I get caught, that's another lesson I need to learn. Don't get caught. That's another very important lesson a person needs. Every human being needs to learn how to commit dishonest acts and not get caught. I think that's an important part of growing up and being a human. And I think setting rules in your household to generate those outcomes are important. I genuinely, and it's not even on some like, oh, teach your kids how to be dishonest. No, teach your kids how to be resourceful.
Just let them inherently learn the nature of limits.
Yeah, exactly.
What you talking about, Willis?
Teach your kids how to like, yeah, like if I see my kid use 4chan, they're gonna get in trouble. But if they really like 4chan and they want to find more communities and they think they can find communities that help them, etc., yada yada yada, they're gonna keep getting in trouble if they get caught. But then they find ways to access that shit without getting caught, and that way it becomes a part of their life that they can keep hush hush and down low. And later on in life, when they feel like it's not that big of a deal, they can share it.
Stupid lesson, bro.
Look
It
at
teaches
you,
them the
sounding
lesson
like a
that
real
they should
parent.
that it's okay to hide things from you, and they should hide things from you.
I think it's very important for people to hide things.
So
Would.
do you though?
Huh? Wait. Y'all, what'd you say?
That you would.
Oh wait, no. I think it's important for people to hide things. That's the whole thing of like, oh, kids hide things from them. Like, man, come on, be rational. Kids are gonna hide things from you anyway. Okay, kids are gonna hide things
Yeah,
from you
but
anyway.
like it's about
And
it's less about them hiding things. It's more about them like the things that they should and shouldn't hide from you.
Yeah,
You know
well,
what I mean?
like-
if something does go wrong. Right?
No, but like, here's the thing. It's not like I'm gonna like yell at them for every single fucking thing that they do in life. It's a website. If I tell them that they're in trouble for using a website, that's one thing. Like, it's not like I'm barring them from doing anything else in life. That's what you have to be smart about this kind of stuff. Like, and besides, I don't even seriously plan on having kids. I just entertain these thoughts in my own brain. Like, it's whatever.
Sure.
What's it called? Someone said, Nino, what's up? Long time no see. Bercy B? Who's Bercy B? Could you please give me another name I might know you by? Bercy B. I don't know. Who's that?
You might know me by the name Baby
Oh.
Mama.
Cause someone wrote the old spelling of Nino. That means they've known me for a while.
You change your name?
They use the same name generator, bro.
4chan is good. Don't fall for them. 4chan is okay. 4chan's complicated. All right, you find
Shit is not good.
4chan is not 4chan is not good. Is not net good. Okay, you have to be you have to browse 4chan with a level of maturity for it to be quality. Like, you have to be able to look at things and not care about things. That's
And have
I mean,
whatever
is
maturity
4chan
left
any better
beaten
than-
out of
I
you
mean,
by
is
being
four-
on the-
I mean, is 4chan any better than Twitter? I mean, is 4chan any better than Twitter now
yes,
that you think about it?
4chan is better than Twitter because the general vibe is different. Like, the general vibe of Twitter respects authority and hierarchy. The general vibe of 4chan respects those things only insofar as you're able to prove those things.
Actually, how does
It's weird. It's a stupid site.
how
And
do you find? How do you find? Actually, I
how,
was wondering this when you tweeted up. When you tweeted up, like, how do you find other people on 4chan? Is it just the writing styles?
how do you find other people on 4chan?
No, like, was it just the writing styles, or what is it like? Because the whole thing's on
Wait,
this.
what do you mean when you say how do you find other people on
Like,
4chan?
when you were saying regular /a shit posters are gotten back on Twitter. How did you find each other?
Oh, how can you tell? Oh, it's writing styles. It's things you say. It's like it's phrases. It's phrases, things you say, specific like jokes and memes. Like if someone wrote if someone posted like fist soccer on Twitter and was like, I'm gonna post this every day until you like it. Like if someone did that, it means like, okay, yeah, I get you. You've been on that board at least once. Like if someone did that, like there's certain things that you would need to just know from that board. There's specific board culture on 4chan, but then there's also like site wide culture, which is just like green text, etc., etc. People don't really use green text on other sites anymore.
Green text and black background.
People barely use green text on 4chan anymore. It's weird. Like
green text on black background.
No. It's never mind. Don't mind that that specific.
Yo, Jimmy.
What's
Jimmy,
up?
let's hear some shit, bro. I kind of want to talk about this. We
What's
see
up?
all these lists dropping everywhere about like best animated decade.
Literally,
bro.
I've stayed away from every kind of list. Like
good.
I haven't
really bad.
anything with anything that has the word list in it.
Yeah.
I have not even gone near.
Yeah, here's the thing, right, bro? Like, yeah, I'll avoid discussion about that. I'm also just curious about if you had to pick a few shows that mean anything to you out of this decade, what would they be? Like shows you liked, shows that you messed.
You know something, Jimmy? You forgot to mention this the last chat. Why does Gridman mean the most to you out of this decade's anime?
Nigga,
Oh.
we talk about anime.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a
Redman's
theory
a
that
rapper.
Akane has autism.
He said gridman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
why does-
So
why
I
does
spaz on
Gridman-
you for no
Also-
reason, bro. I
also,
spaz on you
Jimmy.
for no reason,
Also,
bro.
Jimmy, I just finished Gridman, and I have
The
a
guy
theory that
that-
Akane has autism.
The guy that is not 9 sounds pink pilled. What's pink pilled? What does pink pilled mean? What does that
I
mean?
mean,
What does it mean?
I
to
think
be
they're trying
pink?
to talk about me, bro.
What does it mean to be pink pilled?
That's not, I think it's the opposite of black pilled, which is something I don't.
Oh,
wanna
someone
do, so
just wrote
thank
what?
you.
Someone wrote
I-
what?
I-
What if your daughter got an OnlyFans? I wouldn't care. It's if she's above the age of
Well, that's
18.
a model fashion Nova, so-
If she's above the age of 18, that is her business. If she's above the age of 18, that is entirely her business.
Honestly, I'll just ask her to give me a call.
Like, no, why would I ask? That's her body, that's her money. What are you talking about?
Jimmy, she's old enough to make money. She's old enough to pay rent.
Yeah, well, no, but if she living, wait, no, never in any of this was it implied that she was still living in my house. Never in any of this was it implied that she was still living in my house, because that's not gonna happen. But she's perfectly fine to go do an OnlyFans. It's not my business. Twitter is worse than 4chan. We'll stop you. Twitter is worse than 4chan. We'll stop you from going on there.
Wait. So Gridman's one of the shows on your list?
Yeah. No. What's up? Ooh, you have to ignore all the bad parts, and it's actually good. Yeah, kinda. That's how 4chan works. Oh boy, the guy that
Twitter's 4chan and Tumblr depend on who you
already
follow.
said a decade. I'm glad you guys like mecha anime. Yeah, lots of people don't like mecha anime, and it's kind of disappointing and sad.
I mean, people say that, but they never really watch stuff.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
because people are fucking lazy and. You know
Also,
what?
to
It's a
be fair, like-
it's a new year. It's a new year. Let's not do that, Jimmy.
People don't even know there's
A lot of
different
people-
types. That's the thing.
I mean, also a ton of people got into this in a time where like mech shows were kind of like, I don't know, they want what people that like them right now are.
I'm not gonna lie, actual YouTubers that say stuff about mecha actually influence people. Like most people wouldn't even know what a fucking mecha anime was. So I think that perspective comes from some people. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I remember my man Garnt saying something like that in the past.
Yeah,
He
no,
didn't really like
Gaunt,
Mecha, but he liked Gurren Lagann.
No, he likes Gundam, or at least Gundam Seed and Wing. He doesn't really like
Yeah.
hard like UC Mecha.
Uh,
The thing about it is, like, okay. So when it comes to Mecha, you're dealing with a lot of really stupid factors, insofar as to watch Mecha as a genre, you need to at least be familiarized with Gundam. And people, for some reason, have a complex about Gundam, where it's like, I don't want to watch it. It's got too many series. It's too big. You
just watch the
fucking.
one. I mean, just
what,
watch
like,
the one that came out.
That's not even important. No, the thing about Gundam is what you can do is watch the original. You can watch the original series, but then you've got the combined issue of. Sorry, I've had a cough all day. Then you've got the combined issue of like, oh, this anime is really old, and kids literally are brain dead Zoomers who don't know how to look at anything older than 5 minutes and not throw up, and and because of that, folks have had this idea in their head that mecha is this impenetrable genre, when, to be honest, it's one of the most easily accessible genres in anime because you can combine mechs with anything, and they already have. Like, they've made a mech basketball show, my nigga. Like, what?
I don't rate that though, man. Like, I don't like the idea that you have to appeal to other people for a subgenre than just getting into the genre.
Oh yeah, no, obviously, no. I agree with that sentiment as well. Like, mech already, like, the way mecha exists. Oh, well, okay. The thing is, like y'all says, there's different types, and like even within the different types, there's different types, and even within the different types of the different types, there's different types. Like, so it's like it's gotten to the point. It's gotten to the point where it's difficult. It's difficult to
robot
describe.
designs that appeal.
Wait, what? What did you say?
Find robot designs that appeal to you, and just watch that.
I mean, yeah, there's that. There's always that. That's also a sensible option.
I think the parsing you're describing, my sensibilities are just very different. Like, if I found out there was a rich history behind this particular part of anime, I'd be like, oh, I like anime, I'm gonna go investigate this because this is interesting. As opposed to being like, oh wow, there's a lot there. Well, I guess I'm never gonna touch that. It's like, why did you get into any of this then? What was the point?
Yeah, but Mo, you're a One Piece fan, so of course you don't have that perspective.
This is true. This is true.
I don't know how long
economic
would it
issues,
take you to read all of One Piece. I'm seriously considering it.
I would say don't do that. I'd say at this point we're closer to this thing ending than anything else. So just read it as a whole story.
Is that
Still
important?
Well, you live there, don't you? Shouldn't you care for your
I
own,
kind of stopped
your own
reading
nation? I mean,
Fresh
you live.
Rose.
I'm trying to
Like,
catch
what
up on My
it's
Hero
like,
Academia.
It might be the
I'm
worst
also
arc in the series, bro.
I'm also trying to catch up on just every long run in shonen. So yeah, I prefer manga form than anime form.
Yeah. Yo,
The animes look cheap.
I know you were hyping up Demon Slayer, bro. You're like, Demon Slayer is gonna be the biggest thing ever. One, it was the biggest thing ever, and two, it was amazing.
Yeah. So what did I tell you?
and his number 3 though. Like, I actually read the entire series. This is my favorite shonen in years, bro. I like it more than Boku no Hero at this point. Bro.
You know something about Demon Slayer, right? I was gonna write a video about
Slave
Demon
name, Jimmy. Slave name.
The thing about Kimetsu no Yaiba, right? I had a video about it. I had a video.
That's so petty, bro. That's so petty.
I had a video about it.
Fam, it says Demon Slayer on the cover.
The thing about Kimetsu no Yaiba is that when I first watched it, I really didn't have much to write about it. You know, like it's an absolutely incredible like piece of work because it's just so well put together. But like, as I watched it and then as I read it afterwards, I didn't have much to say because aside from just saying, "Hey, this is why this thing is good. This is a good part of the series that makes it good. This is good." But like, I could have just write that video, you know. I could have just write that as a video. But like, I think recently I have something to say about Kimetsu no Yaiba, and it's kind of it's hilarious.
I have a take people would hate, bro.
I also have a take people with hate. I have a take people with hate. I have a take people who
Jimmy,
both. No, chill, Sheem.
Jimmy Ashton is server muted.
Is he self muted? Is he? Is he really? Okay.
That must have been Jesse.
I don't know who did that. Ashton, you're not self-muted anymore. Hi, what's up?
Yeah, I don't know who did that.
Yo, Ash, I don't
After we
respect
saved
the
your
fact
ass
that
in
the
World War
first time-
Three.
Oh my
promise you,
god,
man.
shut
I
up.
don't respect it, man. I don't respect that, Ash.
Oh.
You could have checked up on us at any time, but as soon as the camera's on, you show up, Ash. I
Hey,
respect that.
hey,
I've been in here
hey.
weeks ago.
Anyway,
Oh my
so-
god, the fucking CPU crossed me up. I'm so fucking pissed off.
So anyway, the point I was getting to though. What was I fucking talking about?
So Ash,
Me-
Mo,
Yeah, I
how-
was gonna say
Oh yeah,
about
yeah,
Kimetsu
yeah.
Yaiba.
So yeah, the thing about Kimetsu no Yaiba, that the point I had is that you fucking people don't know how to talk about good anime. You fucking people, when something is bad, you lot have been conditioned to be able to easily brush it off and shit on it and call it trash, to the point where even when you have something good, because it's good and because people are saying the good things about it, the first thing you have to say is, "Oh, it's only got one season now. It's not even that good, bro. Y'all are overhyping this shit. Y'all overhyping
I mean, I
this.
didn't say
Y'all
that. I said it
overhyping
was
this."
trash.
No, I'm
but
not
okay.
talking about. I'm not talking about you. You're a fucking. You don't have
Call
love
me
in your
a
heart,
nigga.
y'all.
Yo,
You don't have love in your
Y'all's
heart, so I'm not talking about.
consistent.
Yeah, y'all.
Y'all's consistent, bro.
Yeah, y'all.
You have to respect y'all's
Yeah. Y'all's consistent. Like that's the reason. Like y'all,
Like,
I've already made peace
Yeah,
with.
I'm
I've already made
switching
peace
up on
with y'all's
people.
like opinions about shit. I've already made peace.
Here's my
Look,
respect
Alex,
about y'all.
you
Y'all, God damn it, man. Y'all don't be talking all this shit and then be like, yo, but any of y'all should fire though.
Yeah, yeah, no, y'all will keep his guns. See, like the stuff you think y'all will hate. It's always very clear,
You
and
like
it always
any
makes
Yashi,
sense.
y'all? Be honest with me, man.
Yo, Inuyasha is
Inuyasha
trash.
man.
Inuyasha is trash.
that opening song kind of fire, to be honest.
Yo, Inuyasha is garbage, yo. I don't know
That
what you're talking about.
That's
shit
like
Inuyasha-
the last Sunrise show that I think wasn't like fully digital.
We've all accepted that Yao has boomer taste.
What?
They do not have boomer taste. Or
Someone said, "How do you feel about Violence Jack?" Violence Jack is good. Violence Jack is a good manga. Like I've only read like 3 chapters, but after I saw the Duffman, after I first saw the Duffman anime, like I don't know if I would love to see if they made a Violence Jack anime from like as a sequel to the new Duffman. That would be cool. But I don't know what else you would do. It's a weird series. It's just a post-apocalyptic Go Nagai manga. Like, you know.
It's 80s trash. Let's just say what it is.
Yeah, it is. It's 80s trash, but 80s trash is fun. Niggas like it. Yo, Inuyasha is so garbage, bro. Like I tried watching it again,
Come on,
and
man.
honest to God, I could not last 15 minutes. It was actually bad. Like I remember, I remember trying to watch it as a kid. I remember trying to watch it as a kid, right? And like, even as a kid, I was like, yo, this is kind of dead. So why is everyone talking about this? It's kind of dead. Like nothing's happened. And like,
I feel my biggest problem was
and you know what? I've got a theory. I've got a theory as to why women like Inuyasha. And you guys can. This is one of those times where I get cancelled again, guys.
It's made by a woman.
I just want to pet Inuyasha
you
because
go,
he's got all those cute wolf ears.
Mo,
Oh my
I like how
god.
you come out
Okay,
just
now-
worse
Jenny,
opinions than
it's
usual.
Kylo Ren.
Oh
Jenny,
Wow,
my
I literally can't believe we've already showed up into like the same exact regular setup that we always end up in. Anyway, so the reason why, and you fucking misogynists, okay, all of you,
Kylo Ren.
no,
It's
no,
Kylo
no,
Ren
you fucking
syndrome.
you women haters, no. The reason
You're
why
a woman hater. What are you doing?
I do not. I'll have you know, sir. I'll have you know,
Jimmy,
sir.
okay, do you not hate Rose McGowan?
Beg your pardon?
Do you not hate Rose McGowan?
No, Rose McGowan's perfectly cute. Like, what is going on here, Jesse? What are we doing here, Jesse? What are we doing here, Jesse? Anyway, why are we hating on Rose McGowan? Anyway.
Check her Twitter.
I'm not going. Look, I'm not going to Rose McGowan's Twitter to go get a reason why I should hate her. Anyway, so
Jesse, Rose McGowan was the only reason to watch Charm.
Sheem, shut up. Sheem, shut up.
You don't need a reason. She's a woman, so you hate her already.
You people, fuck off. Anyway, the reason why women like Inuyasha is because when the show came out, it was one of those things that you had to watch late at night, and you had to stick with it. And here's what happened. The guys would turn this channel to Inuyasha, and it was like, wow, this show's boring as fuck, and they stopped watching. But any kind of woman in the room, be it a little sister or an older sister or something, they saw, as Ashton pointed out, the cute dog ears, were like, oh, hold on, this is something oh no, that was Jeremy who said that. Yeah, hold on, this is something that I would like to stick around for. Then yes, all white people are like to me. Plus, aren't you Jewish, Ashton? Aren't you Jewish, Ashton? Aren't you Jewish?
No.
You look Jewish. You have Jewish hair.
He just liked his hair. You just talking about his hair.
You look Jewish hair. You have Jewish hair. You have Jewish hair.
That's kind of fucked up, Jimmy.
Anyway,
I used to be called a white Muslim before.
No. So then on anyway. So chill. Let me finish this point. So then you have to also contend with fucking Sesshomaru, who is like just. Who even has anything to say about Sesshomaru other than he's just Sasuke on crack before Sasuke even existed? Like that's just what he is. That's just what
your what they call it, problematic fave.
Problematic fave. So just
so he's Ren.
Who just thought Jimmy was finished? Yeah, so Yuki was just like, that was me. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Somebody would turn on Inuyasha because they thought it was going to be some cool, hardcore anime. Then it turns out it's boring, but the girl in the room looked at it, thought it was cool, and kept watching it on their own. That's how most women got into Inuyasha. That's how most women got into that fucking show.
To be honest, Inuyasha is like an anime soap opera. It literally is.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that the reason I started to the reason I specifically don't like Inuyasha is that it's the time I found out like why I like the problems I have with like serialized entertainment. It's like, oh, you just want me to come back next week every single time.
No, don't you love EastEnders and Coronation Street?
Someone said, I can't believe Nano is out. Someone just said, I can't believe Nano is out here saying white women want to fuck dogs so much they watched Inuyasha. Conspiracy.
I mean, that's literally the truth.
Conspiracy. Yo, I need Kamara to show up, dog. I miss that nigga, dog. I miss him.
Yeah, somebody at Kamara. I want to ask him.
I miss that fucking kid. I miss Kamara.
Somebody at Kamara. I want to ask him if he has autism.
He does not. Who has autism?
Team, that's a weird take.
Wait, if who has autism? Yeah. Huey Freeman?
Yui and Kaon.
Oh, Yui and Kaon. She probably does. I think that's been a meme everybody who's watched Kaon is kind of like run with for a long time.
Didn't we already have this debate like last time we had the stream? I swear to God, we
we literally did. But it's not important. Also, what have you been up to? We haven't seen you in months, my guy.
Someone was like, I self-inserted into Kagome at TBH. Yeah, you and every other woman who watched that fucking show. What the fuck? Obviously, Inuyasha was just a shoujo anime parading itself as a shonen. That's all that shit was. It was a show.
Rumiko Takahashi knows how to make them.
Yeah.
Graphic on lock.
Yeah, Rumiko. The thing about it is, Rumiko Takahashi essentially she did the anti Hiromu Takahashi. Like she did the I'm gonna make a girls manga, but just dress it up in boy stuff. And then instead of doing the I'm gonna make a completely gender neutral war story, but just dress it up in shonen stuff. That's what she did with Fullmetal Alchemist. But then like with fucking Inuyasha, it's like no, we're just gonna make it an actual soap opera shoujo, and then dress it up in shonen battle stuff with demons and whatnot.
Actually, here's my question: How many trans people?
Someone wrote Jimmy hates women. I don't hate women. Why would I hate women?
Yo, hold on.
That doesn't make any sense. Oh, but white girls do fuck dogs, though. White girls do indeed fuck dogs.
This is literally a factual truth.
Look, man, there are certain universal constants.
Jimmy, where do you come to these weird conclusions?
I mean, Guernsey. Jeremy. There's a place in the UK called Guernsey. Everyone there fucks animals. Okay.
White girls fuck dogs.
Excuse me. Wait. I just woke up from a nap. What the fuck are we talking about?
Yo, okay. So, Jeremy, if you go on fucking Google right now, turn off safe search and type in the words white girls fuck dogs, you will find a plethora. It won't be one, it won't be two, it won't even be three. It will be much more. You will find a plethora of
videos of this posted on the Discord.
Like literally, and I'm not going to go find any of them for you. But hey, man, you guys are perfectly.
Also, you know, Guernsey exists.
Someone just wrote. Someone just wrote. Neck breath just wrote.
Someone DM this to
Jimmy
me,
hates
so I'll read this later.
Jimmy hates white women. I don't hate white women. I just actually, you know what?
They're
I hate
evil.
You recognize the truth of the situation.
I do kind of hate white. I'm joking. I don't hate anybody. Them white girls be having mouth kisses with
Besides
their dogs.
Nazis.
I don't hate anybody, but I don't even, to be honest, I don't hate Nazis as
So
much
you
as I hate.
pro-Nazi?
I don't
Wow,
hate
Jimmy's
Nazis as
pro-Nazi.
much as I hate. What are they called? What are those people called? It's this one. Huh? What? What?
You don't hate Nazis as much as you hate neolibs.
Yeah, neolibs.
Jimmy, that's a horrible take. That's the worst take he's ever.
I'm joking.
Heard.
That's
Jimmy,
not not even what I was gonna say. Like, she just put the words in my mouth, and I fucking went along with it. I don't.
That's not the only thing he put in his mouth.
Jeremy, one more crack like that, and I'm gonna disconnect you from the call. How about that? How about that? How about that, dog? How about that, dog?
What's up? I've had very few questions, but like I got one right now, bro.
What's up?
My question for you is like, you ain't afraid any of this shit is ever gonna creep up back on you, man?
What shit?
all of it.
Oh, you mean the stream?
No. Like your online blueprint, fingerprint, whatever that.
Oh, hold on. I've gotten a call from someone. Ian, what's up?
Whoa. Every single one of these things is going to like come back for this man. Every single one.
All right, Ian, guys, everybody shush. Ian's calling into the line. Ian, what would you like to say to the stream? Everybody shut up. Everyone, all right.
Are you ready? And they're like, "Fuck you. You're misogynistic and homophobic."
Who the fuck just server muted me? Yo,
you were on a phone call, dumbass.
Yeah, you stupid fuck. It's someone on the stream calling into this. You know what? Fuck you, Jesse. Anyway,
I can't believe Jesse serving me.
It's wild, Jesse. Do you want me off the screen? Do you want me off the stream? I mean, like, I can stream by myself.
If you ban my account, you know I have a backup one here. I'll just destroy the server. So
anyway, so as I was saying, Ian, jeez, he's so deafened me. Like, okay, Jesse, are you ready to stop me? Jesse, are you ready? Jesse, are you ready to stop?
Do you want to go on?
Oh wow! Jesse, are you ready to stop being a fucking child now? Are you ready to stop being a child? Are you ready to stop being a child?
That last one wasn't me.
Are you ready to stop being a fucking child? Okay.
Jimmy, that last one wasn't me.
Okay.
I'm being honest. That last one.
Okay, wait, Ian. Do you have Discord, Ian?
I think it's. No, I'm on YouTube right now.
You're on. Well, I mean, go make a Discord account, and then you can join the stream.
Uh,
All right, cool.
Who did that actually?
All right.
Oh, okay, Jeremy. I see you, Jeremy.
Yo, Jesse, we're gonna have to have a talk about your conduct on these streams.
No, Jimmy. If you check the server logs, Jeremy was the last person to meet.
Yeah,
that wasn't me.
Whoa, Jesse.
Anyway, I don't even feel like getting into this.
It's in the server log.
You lot wanted to start abusing Discord powers. I'm gonna abuse Discord powers, okay?
You have an audit log.
You lot want to start doing this bullshit. Nigga, I will do this bullshit with everyone, okay?
Jimmy,
okay?
career comment.
So Mo, how is it going?
Anyway.
Oh my God! No, let him back. Get him back. There we go.
Wait, what happened?
How's it going?
Anyway, anyway,
the white women fuck dogs. Where were we again?
Oh, hold on, guys. Okay. Yeah, Ian, what's up?
What's the name of the server?
Okay, I will message. I'll text you my Discord shit so you can message me. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you on fucking Twitter. All right.
So Jimmy, you finished SSS Gridman?
Wait, have I finished SSS Gridman?
I finished.
You finished
said he finished it.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good show.
One of my readings of it is Akane has autism.
Akane has no. I don't think it's that clear.
I mean, it's not like autism, but it's more around line of Asperger's autism.
I don't know insofar as I'm able to. Give me a second.
I mean, Jimmy, did Takeo have autism?
Who? Takeo? Or did? No, I don't think so.
Takeo was a psychopath. Though. That man had mental issues.
Ian,
Maybe
Ian, check your fucking Twitter DMs.
It's just more for.
Oh, remember when that
for-
kaiju character showed up in Gridman and then they never explained what she was doing? Yeah, that was
Wait, which kaiju character?
that was something.
Oh
She's
yeah.
just part of this.
Oh,
she's-
I feel like she's gonna be in the second season with this dynasty.
Yeah.
Thing.
Also,
What a
no,
great way to make a show, Jimmy.
I know. That
Yo.
was kind of wild how they didn't even like explain her.
Yeah, no, because she's just part of the system. She's just an AI in the system who understands it. She's the only smart thing in it.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, there's no more episodes. I was like, so what the fuck was that? I was like, okay.
One of the reasons why I think she does is more for her trigger being people touching her. And she has a specific trigger which she hates herself for because she can't really assert that this trigger makes her uncomfortable.
Yes and
Like,
no. There's a lot of stuff with Gridman, like how Akane and Rika are the same person, but like it's kind of like two halves. Not two halves. Like Rika's meant to be like the best version of Akane, because like I don't know if you've watched Hyper Agent, because SSS Gridman is a remake of Gridman Hyper Agent, and like all the characters are taken from there, and like Akane and Rika are essentially Takeo and Takashi from that. So like watch Hyper Agent. It actually makes more sense for the plot if you want to like understand everything more.
Yeah, this was me going after the anime because even when she says like
So
she can't.
the easiest reading of Gridman I have, and this is the only one I've got. Gridman is about learning to love yourself.
You can just watch Hyper Agent. They literally go over this to me.
Yeah. I know, but like, let me say it for people who don't want to watch a 20-year-old anime, a 20-year-old tokusatsu series. Okay,
17. Okay.
Yeah, whatever. But
Damn.
Yeah, the reason of why Gridman exists the way it does is because you've got Gridman, the character, like as in Utah and all of that, and all the Neon Genesis High School people. Those guys represent Gridman because Utah himself is like, I don't know, in the real world, I believe this specific person, that whoever Rika or Akane is in the real world is in love with this person, which is why in the first episode, Rika looks at Utah and is like, wait, why aren't you like, who are you like, why do you not know who I am? Like, as in, it's kind of implied in the subtextual way she's talking that her and Yuta did more than just meet that day. But I don't know. That's just me trying to read into Gridman. But the other side of it is, Rika is the person who's in the real world. I think that's what they view themselves as. And then Akane is what they would like to be, as well as where their real feelings lie. So I think Akane and Rika are like, they are the same person. I'm fairly certain. And Rika being like the teammate. Wait, what'd you say, Shim?
Give me one of the autistic readings was when she says to Akane, like when she was saying, like, I meant you, your friend to control me, and she can't accept that Rika as her friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she can't accept herself.
Yeah, you can't accept that she likes herself. And also that does explain why Rika refuses to give up on Akane. Anyway, how much time have I?
It's like you get forgetting to give up on yourself.
Here, while we're talking about SS Scriven, I want to do a shameless plug, not by me. I posted this here before, and this is probably the best analysis of Gridman that I have seen. It's probably also one of my favorite anime YouTube videos of last year. Might be my favorite. Shout out to my boy Man Mode. The point of SSSS Gridman. It is an hour long, but every single minute is worth it. It's amazing. Go watch that. That's great.
Oh, it's not even to get in the robot video. Wow.
No, it's not.
So like, wait, Jeremy, you're just gonna do the shill thing of talking about the video without trying to give a neat summary or boiling down the points.
Yes, don't forget to also subscribe to crunchyroll.com/Jewish people.
Jeremy, please summarize the video, please. Like, I'm not gonna watch this if you don't summarize it.
Okay.
Ian, what's up?
Basically, Gridman is a show that this guy initially gave like a 4 or 5 out of 10, but then
Did you click the link that I sent you?
Yeah, I logged in. I see see the rules. I see the rules.
Oh, so you're in. You're in. All right. So what you do is, prove it. Okay, join the call.
How do I do that?
Are you on your phone or are you on your computer?
I'm on my computer.
All right. You see to the side, on the left, and you see all the names.
Yeah.
Like click bunker 1.
Bunker 1.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go. You joined. Yeah.
97 about how
Alright.
Last Jedi is bad. Ooh, let's break Luke Skywalker's hair down.
I did not see the new Star Wars movie, by the way.
I mean, don't.
I avoided that. I think I'm very convinced that Disney is the evil empire.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, hey guys,
Someone said this before.
Ian, say hello to
Yeah,
everyone.
So,
This is Mo.
Wait,
getting back on
Everyone's
track.
talking at
Wait.
once. What'd you say, Mo?
I said I'm dipping. For everyone that, I usually talk to and stuff, you know what I mean? Let's meet under a different context. Would be great.
Anybody actually hear me on this thing?
yeah, I can hear you.
Good luck, Mo.
All right, Mo. It was nice talking to you. Hope
Wait,
to talk to you later.
Ian,
my
are you
guy.
there?
Sleep well.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, next time this is a live like.
Wow, I don't, Ian, I don't think you can. I don't think we can hear you, but I feel like you're in the call. But it's
So
all good.
sleepy.
Hey,
So,
Jay, what do you think of John Boyega taking on the Raylos? That was probably one of the best things to come out of this. John Boyega taking on the Raylos.
Guess I don't know. I'm so emotionally. I am as emotionally divorced from Star Wars
Oh,
as anybody
yeah,
could
I
possibly
forgot.
be.
Hey, I forgot to say, I watched Rise of the Skywalker a
Giant
couple
thing of
days.
like,
I
this is what I've always considered Lord of the
okay,
Rings
okay, let's just
better
keep
because
let's just
like
keep-
you can say what you will about those Hobbit movies, but first of all, that was a studio controlled entity. What's
All right,
his face?
so yeah,
yeah.
I watched
Anyway.
I watched Rise of the Skywalker a couple days ago. Sorry, I was muted for a little while.
Wow.
I watched Rise of the Skywalker a couple days ago.
Wait, Jimmy, how is it?
It's like it's bad, but only when okay, it's bad for most of it, but there's a few very golden pockets, but whenever you're out of those pockets, it's just bad. Like I liked Kylo's redemption. Kylo's redemption was cool, but the final fight where he dies, and also the way they do the whole oh, there's gonna be a billion fucking Star Destroyers and they all have they all have fucking, they all they have a whole fleet of Star Destroyer ships, and each one of them is equipped with a cannon that has the same planet destroying capabilities as the Death Star. So it's like, okay, now you lot are just taking the piss. Like
I want to see a Star Wars. I want to see like a Star Wars movie where it's literally just like civics, where it's like they have to like fix like a sidewalk on Tatooine and deal with the bureaucratic bullshit. I feel like that'd be the best Star Wars series ever.
That would if there was a Star Wars movie where they handled all the really minute bullshit. Because I was watching Clone
Jar Jar
Wars.
Binks works at the DDS or something.
I was watching Clone Wars today, and that's got a little bit of that in it, and I really did enjoy. I love that show. By the way, guys, this is Ian, aka Sad in the Club, aka Pontius Garçon, aka
I have like a million pseudonyms by now.
aka Asian girls as well.
Yeah, Ty is here. What's up, dude?
Oh, Ty's
Yo,
here too.
you
How
already
you
know
doing,
who
Ty?
it is, man. I don't want to go to war. I'm here to talk about
That's
anime.
not going to happen. The Middle East is a post-communist scare that is used to manipulate the masses. How many times have you ever noticed that when there's an election coming up, there's always like some new bad guy that's going to like nuke us into oblivion?
Jeremy, you're in Jeremy, you're in my server. Who do you think doesn't know this?
Man's really belittling my intelligence.
And enlighten
You
the
must always
beautiful
wait.
people who are listening to this.
I'm telling you that you're still
Another Star Wars movie.
quiet preaching. You're still quiet preaching.
Another-
You're
I
still
don't know,
quiet.
I feel like this could be a really, really original take that we've never brushed before.
Demon
about
Slayer
the
is the
neocon
anime
war
of the
machine.
decade.
No.
Demon Slayer is a TV
This is my
show.
opinion, though.
And I watched.
That is
Who said Demon Slayer's anime of the decade? Who's slinging?
I literally heard Sheem say that, and he said if anyone disagrees with him, they can
Hey,
ban him.
fuck off. Fuck
Word
off. Fuck
for
off.
word what he said. He said if you don't think it's anime of the decade, ban him.
Oh my god.
Team-
Well, that's
team, look, I'm
well
not advocating for
sucks for
genocide of
you.
the Irish.
Sucks for you,
Hold on.
Ty, because Demon Slayer is animated decade. Okay, so it is.
I mean,
Yeah,
Funimation,
right.
bro. They had 1,000 people voting.
I'm
This
gonna
is
make.
animated
You know what?
decade,
Because
bro.
for that, I'm
Okay,
making.
wait,
For that, I'm
wait,
making.
wait.
I'm making Sheem Gynax for 5
I
minutes.
can't even.
For that, I'm gonna make Sheem Gynax for 5 minutes. Sheem, you get to be Gynax for 5 minutes. Do as
This is a
Gynax.
horrible idea.
Man,
This is a horrible idea.
Do as you please.
I think that's the vice president of Discovery Cooperation. This is a horrible idea.
Man, I only got like Gynax pills the other day. Holy shit!
I'm joking. I'm joking. You know what? Now that I look at my server, I kind of don't want to have the highest thing be Gynax anymore.
Yeah,
I kind of
yeah.
don't.
It's a rough place to be. I don't know if you really want to be Gynax. Have you ever seen their store now? It's so sad. They gave the it was like they're over here just rubbing two nickels together, and they go, here, you can have our Ava rights. And now if you go on there, they're like, guys, look, Fooly Cooly buttons. Please give us some money.
I'm sorry.
I mean, look, can they just give away Gurren Lagann rights to Trigger? Just get, because Trigger just wants to make Gurren Lagann. All they keep doing is finding new ways to make Gurren Lagann. That's all they do.
So here's the thing: is that they know that they're not gonna make anything good ever. So the only thing they have are the rights of stuff. So like after I don't know, took the fucking rights of Ava, they just sit here and they go, guys, Fooly Cooly, you still like that, right?
Jesse, I've talked about this. Stop talking about the Gurren Lagann rights like that. Like those are for Gynax to give. Those are not for Gynax to give. The Gurren Lagann rights belong.
I
to
know
more
they
than
don't
just
own the
Gynax.
full rights. Just give them
like
Trigger.
Do you know who you have? Do you know who you have to go to? Do you know who you have to go to make another Gurren Lagann? You have to go to Gynax and Konami, and I don't think anyone wants to do that right now. I don't think anyone wants to go to Konami right now.
Konami.
Yeah, exactly.
Konami.
One.
Exactly.
Jimmy, hear me out. We bankrupt. Jimmy, look, Gynax, we could just steal the rights. It's not even a company anymore. It's just a holding facility. It's not even real.
It is true. We
Cool.
can just like sneak into the office. There's like two guys sitting there like playing beer pong, and then like a box full of Fooly Cooly merch.
Jimmy, what directors look at Gynax? What are they doing?
I don't know. Why would it be? Why would we be worried about the directors?
They're giving young voice actors opportunities in the industry they wouldn't
Hey,
otherwise.
hey, stop that, Ty. Ty, stop that. Ty, stop that.
He goes, no, you don't understand. You like Ava, kiddo?
Ty, stop that. Ty, stop that.
You're gonna be a big star.
Oh my god.
Ty, what we're just saying is a brothel now. Gynax is a brothel that needs to make money.
Nah, there's literally nothing
you people
they
are
do.
disgusting.
It's so funny.
The thoughts of Ty
guys-
not
you
reflect the
guys-
thoughts of me.
I think. All right, here, let me slip this in. I think it was really funny
That's what
to
she said.
hear, to at least see like the tone of which like Ano speaked about Gynax, and he was just like, yeah.
Them niggas
I
suck.
don't know. He goes, it's even crazy that like you guys are dragging me into this whole thing. He goes, I don't like them. I don't work with them anymore. But everyone still thinks that Ava is theirs. He goes, I actually made the movies so there could be a new Ava and I wouldn't have to deal with Gynax. But everyone goes, wow, Gynax's owner is arrested. What did Ano do? And the poor man's just crying, eating ramen. he's just like, please, guys, no, you don't get it. It's not me.
No, wait, pause. Quick question. What was the Gynax owner arrested for? There's nothing at your company. You don't do anything. They could do
The Gynax owner got arrested for touching young girls.
Oh, well, okay, so Gynax is a brothel. That's a sex brothel. Ooh. Okay, you wanted a better.
All right, well, I don't know if it was I don't know if we would call it a brothel. It wasn't that. I think it was more. I think it was more like.
Ty, they ran out of money, so they had to go into pedophilia. That was the only thing they could
Okay,
say.
Jesse, do you hear yourself? Jesse, do you hear yourself? Jesse, do you fucking hear
Alright, so
yourself?
for the sake of
Nigga,
Jimmy
shut
not being
up.
canceled, we're gonna stop this conversation.
What?
But I would like to put it out there that an acquaintance of Jimmy's thought that a more profitable solution than making more anime is pedophilia. I don't know where he thinks that the stocks come in. No, you guys don't understand. We lost the Ava right.
Like Jesse, do you fucking hear yours? Like that's specifically
The guys
what I
that
was
ran out
trying
of
to
money.
say.
What else is there? There's either being rich or a pedophile. Those are the two things.
No.
Being
You
rich
can be
and
both. You can be both.
being rich and pedophilia.
I think it's impressive to be one and not the other, but that's just my eat the rich attitude.
Rich people and pedophilia are mutually exclusive. Just ask Jeffrey Epstein, who killed himself.
Yeah, Jeffrey obviously killed
yeah,
himself.
that's
That's why the
an
prison was
old
empty, bro. Look, the
Man.
cameras were off because they just want to give him his privacy, bro. Look, stuff happens, B. Okay,
I think it was
that man
I
who
think
left
it's
there with blood in his
impressive.
hands was just it was his period. It wasn't death.
I think it's impressive how much the entire American community can easily say that this man was killed by rich people and instantly forget it once it's not on the news. Like, it was insane the level of how it was like bipartisan. Everyone goes,
I think
the
it was
rich
like the
people
meme. I think
killed
it was like the meme thing that really has turned into a joke, and then like it just ended up being a ha ha. It was like the Harambe.
Wow,
thing. It
very
turned into
mean pilled,
Harambe.
my friend. Someone here
This
sees
thing.
the truth.
Well, yeah, I mean, it just kind of trivializes the whole thing. It's like horrifying thing, and it's like, haha, here's a sweater. Let's
I think there's
praise.
even like there was even like a meme about like that both the guards were like, it says like, oh, guards being prosecuted for being like inattentive that night of Epstein's suicide, and all the comments were like, damn, rip our kings, these guys are dead. Everyone's gonna go, these guys gonna commit double suicide with shotgun pumps to like the back of their
Oh
heads.
damn, bro! It's really wild. They killed themselves with a bullet to the back of the head.
Like,
didn't
I
know
think
they pulled that off,
that's
bro.
kind of like, it's kind of okay. So if you were here at the beginning of the stream and you saw me talk about the whole like why I don't want to talk about the Iran thing, it's like this kind of ties into it, cause like the farce is already just, it's in our faces. The whole
Jimmy,
thing
Trump's
is,
election was the death of the farce, and they can't handle it anymore.
yeah,
'Cause they're
no.
Why did he tell
it wasn't-
Congress he
it
was
wa-
going to
it
go
wa-
kill
it was- no,
one of the top
Jesse-
leaders in
Jesse-
Iran? I'm like,
Jesse, it was not
that
the death
stopped
of the
anything?
Jesse,
Like Pelosi,
Jesse,
dude, Afghanistan was a lie.
You're missing something. It was not the like Trump being elected was not the death of the farce. It just morphed. It just changed. It didn't kill the weird like lie of a culture we live in. It just
they still lie,
it just
but
updated
Jimmy,
it.
the
It
illusion-
just fucking it.
No,
No,
but Jimmy-
yeah, yes. I agree. The illusion never left. There's not even a matter of it being an illusion anymore. Now you've got to contend with the fact that they're factoring in self-awareness into the machine. That's the most disgusting part of it.
But
Like,
it doesn't work because you can't factor yourself. Because like the problem is Congress is like, why didn't you tell us? I'm like, nigga, Pelosi literally just released that. Oh yeah, I knew Afghanistan was a lie. It made no sense. We saw the documents. We just said, you know what? We can't impeach him. Let's back his stupid $1 trillion war. How
Did
did
anybody
what are
see
we
the
supposed
thing
to do?
with Trump? Did anyone see the thing with Trump where they released like the Iran spend a lot of money on terrorist spending and Trump is spending a lot of things on military spending, and that's like literally double think at play.
Oh, I don't watch anything related to Trump anymore because he is a distraction created by the elites.
I mean, he isn't really created by the elites. He's kind of just Jeremy,
okay,
like, you should know this. You live in New York. You know niggas hate him.
Jeremy. Okay, so Jeremy. No.
Everybody think that I live in New York.
He lives in Philadelphia. Jeremy, Jesse, shush. Jeremy, I get that you've been reading a lot of Noam Chomsky recently, and that you've come to the realization that a lot of the way the world works is completely bunk and false. That's very good. The problem is when you get to the point of saying something like Trump is a distraction created by the elites. No, you have to understand.
For what?
No. Let me finish. You have to understand. Why do they treat him the way they treat him? He's not a distraction created by them. He's a distraction that they're fucking trying to like mold into the best thing that they can, because he's making them panic. The fact that Trump was able to get in there is the fact it shows that the elites don't know what they're doing. It shows that the elites were like, oh, wait a minute. The way we were running the world, we kind of hit a snag here. Well, let's try and figure out what we're doing now. That's more or less where we're at.
He doesn't drain the swamp, but he upsets the system.
Wait, Ian, what'd you say?
Yeah, he's embarrassing. This is like he's always been like this.
No, yeah, because he doesn't go along with the lie. Because like Bush is like, oh, I'm gonna go destroy the entire Middle East, but I'll send it to Congress first. And Congress is like, look, this is wrong, but we don't want to mess the system up. So we'll support your stupid lie of a war.
Yeah, because Trump is like, oh, we
that whole thing. Like here's the thing, that whole thing that he tweets. Like that whole thing that he tweeted out about Iran military spending, and everybody just proved that like the Trump administration spent more on military than any other country is literally double think.
It's not even double thing. Like us spending money on military is not even a thing anyone thinks about anymore. It's just the thing we've all accepted. That like, oh yeah, America spends enough money. Like we spend more money than every other nation, like the top 10 nations combined. Like we essentially have military bases in almost every country in the world, and like no one thinks, isn't that like an empire for us to have military bases and force every nation to have to deal with that? And sometimes have to pay for the construction of our military bases, and the fact that if you go to weirdly enough Japan, you find out that our soldiers are raping a weird amount of Japanese women, and the American government said, "Yo, you can't put them in prison, otherwise we'll cause another war."
That's the whole thing. Is like people don't like to think about it, and this is like it's just to them it's like completely normal. Like why wouldn't it be like this?
Yeah.
And then so it's like kind of gross because they don't kind of realize it's kind of fucked up. So
no, we've just accepted the fact that America has.
Who's seen Castlevania? All it takes is for all it takes is for people to for good people to say nothing, dog. That's all it takes. Good people.
But they're not even saying nothing. Like people be defending our military
second
bases.
season ended kind of weakly.
Me too.
I
But
it was still good. It was
are a very strong part of the plot. And I think that even though it seems like a lot of people were thinking that the female lead was kind of shoehorned in,
she was really
I think
great.
she's probably the best part of the show.
She is the best.
Oh no, she is.
She's
no,
very
she is
cool.
because she's the only like literally because the Dracula fight's weird.
They put in a hard work to make her
Warren Ellis, right?
They
Warren
put in
Ellis
hard
is a
work.
devil for writing interest in women.
Seriously. Yeah, Warren Ellis is good at that. Because you really
read...
the way you write interesting women, you just have to write a girl that like that you would be friends with, not a girl that you would want to be that you would want to date. Write a girl that you would be friends with.
Have you read Crooked Little Vein? I'm reading that right now, and it's a great book.
Actually, I find you know what, this might say a lot about me, but I find it a lot easier to write female villains. But hey, you know what? I'm not gonna continue on that.
Oh my god!
I mean, Jimmy. So here's the thing. I'm gonna say something, right? Yin and yang.
What?
Yin and yang.
What?
He said
Jimmy, you don't understand yin and yang or no?
Yeah, of course I fucking understand yin and yang, but why? Yeah, why did
he said all men are inherently good and the heroes of the plot. Therefore,
what?
Just going by cause and effect.
Why did I say that? I said all I said was I find it easier to write women as villains. That's not what. That's
Jimmy. What? Okay, you're not getting it at all. You're not getting it. Cool.
No, I get the yin and yang thing. My question is, why are you bringing Taoism into this? Like, what is the Taoist representation?
Yin specifically says that evil is a woman.
Yeah, I know, but like that's a misogynistic philosophy.
Oh, okay, Jimmy. Wow,
that's a misogynistic philosophy.
Okay. We're disrespecting religion, Jimmy. Okay.
It's not religion. It's Taoism isn't religion. It's philosophy.
Jimmy just doesn't like women who can't fuck.
Yeah, and this guy just doesn't like women.
You know what? You're right. I just don't like.
I just doesn't like playing as female characters when he plays video games.
Okay, here we go. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's it.
Oh
we forgot about that thing. We forgot about that.
Here we go.
No, that was 2016. Jimmy. 2016 had so many bad takes about video games. Jimmy used to just have like 1,000
First of all, most of my takes about video games have not changed.
No, they've been right. It doesn't mean they weren't bad.
I was still right though. Like I've
they were really bad.
I literally will never change how
Wait,
I
okay, pause.
Jimmy,
You
your
said by
worst
fantastic.
take is like literally pinned to your Twitter.
Which? Oh, you mean Kingdom Hearts? The Kingdom Hearts one?
And you're like, nothing wrong goes with you as long as you play Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah, nothing goes wrong if you play Kingdom Hearts 2.
Jimmy, look how bad the world is. Maybe if you stop playing Kingdom Hearts 2, the world would be a lot better.
The world's turning into Kingdom
I
Hearts
said
2,
nothing.
Jimmy,
Yeah,
and you're
that's
letting it happen.
No, you want to know something? It's because I literally haven't played Kingdom Hearts in years. I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 2 in a long time. So that's the reason why. That's the reason why.
Jimmy, hurry up and play.
So what you're saying is that when you were playing Kingdom Hearts, the world was fine. When you stopped, that's when the Iraq War started.
That's essentially, yes, literally, yes.
You know that Kingdom Hearts 2 is still not here because we haven't banded together yet to fight evil together.
So what you're telling us is that, Jimmy, if you go back and play Kingdom Hearts, the Iran war will end.
I still stand by my point in the political bunker.
Which is what?
So, Jesse, have you found...
I'm not saying it while the stream's on, but I stand by the point.
Let me read.
Crusher, I don't even. I want to.
Let me read. Let me read what.
No,
his
Crusher
point
has a
was.
point here, probably.
Let me read what. Let me read what it was.
Okay, Crusher. Look, that is literally one of the most poignant things you have ever said. We will never say that out loud under any circumstances.
Oh, for sure.
We
Wait,
can
wait,
never
wait,
talk
wait.
about
Never
this.
say that out
No, no, because the only reason we've ever funded them was Iran. It was literally just Iran. We literally just wanted to destroy Iran, so we had to fund them, so we had to place them.
Oh, yeah. He said no. Crusher said specifically, man, I really fucking don't want to die for Israel. And you know what? You know what? All of you Americans are gonna die for Israel. That's crazy. That's
Okay, no, Jimmy, here's the right. Okay, so since you've already went off the thing, it's not that we're dying for Israel. America's only reason of funding Saudi Arabia and Israel is because we needed strongholds in the Middle East. We've just wanted to kill the Middle East. It's been a thing forever. People don't understand that. We don't like Israel because we like Israel. We like them because they're in the Middle East, and that's the reason America funds them. We literally fund their government. We send them like what is it?
Isn't there a whole thing? Ain't there a whole thing about Israel and the apocalypse as well? Like,
Oh no, the evangelicals want to kill all the Jews. The evangelicals are very like keen on killing all the Jews. Like they keep saying we support Israel, but like if you look into the reasons they want to like, Jeremy, how do you feel about this actually? Because you're the only Jewish person here.
Someone just wrote, yo, y'all need to stop taking my fucking words and twisting them and making me a bad boy. Okay, I'm a good man.
I mean, then you need to
I
stop
have
saying
a good
that.
heart.
No, but Jimmy, you know what the evangelicals want to sacrifice the Jews, right? Or no?
And the Yoruba way. Wait, what'd you say?
You know what the evangelicals whole thing with the Jews, right? Now they want to sacrifice them or no?
Jesse, can we talk about something good for once in our lives? Can we talk about
okay, cool. So like,
can we talk about something normal for once?
Jimmy, what is normal for us in this hell world? What is normal in this hell world?
Jesse, every time I talk to you, it's about some fucking.
So how are you, Crush?
No, it wasn't. We're talking about how Japan needs like therapy. Actually, want to go into that?
Yeah, we were talking about that.
So how are you, Crusher?
Man, have you guys ever actually watched any of those documentaries about like when people live in internet cafes? In Japan, because it's really sad. Because it's never like for financial reasons. It's always for really depressing reasons of like I don't want to be alone, and being here is sort of like being alone, but sort of not. And all these people are just like I have nowhere else to go, but here it's sort of like I have a family. So they just spend absorbent amounts of money to just be around other people. And she's like, yeah. There's one girl who's like,
so
yeah,
Japan
I'm a
does need
prostitute.
therapy.
She's like, I'm a prostitute. And also, I don't have dreams anymore. Not once for the future, anyways. I might be here in a year. I might be dead. I think I'm just gonna keep renting out these though as long as I can.
Okay, so
you know
Japan
what?
needs...
I'm gonna go out for a cigarette. I'll be back. I'm done. I'm done. I'll be back.
Die. Look,
you got hold down the bass while I'm gone.
Jimmy, the stream's gonna end if you don't come 5 minutes.
You made my man turn to nicotine. Look what you guys did.
He always.
Ty,
every
why
time
did you
I
go
was
there?
Up there. Every
Dude,
time I was
I
in
thought you started
Jimmy's.
vaping, bro.
Jesse, we're in an exclusive club of people who've come over to Jimmy's apartment and cleaned his room. I want you to know that.
Wait, you guys cleaned
Oh, for
Jimmy's
you too.
room? Wait, you guys
No,
cleaned
Jimmy's room is
You too, I
disgusting.
cleaned his
Like,
room, yeah.
no, I had to like. I was in Jimmy's room. I'm like, you know what? I have like 30 minutes. No. Okay. Do you know he has like a shit ton of magic cards? Like he didn't know where they were.
Entire thing of magic cards just on the floor.
One time I had to live with Jimmy.
Yeah.
Dude, one time I had to live with Jimmy for 2
Did
weeks.
you guys
was
know
wild.
that legless snakes aren't lizards?
Definitely get along. What
Wait.
read all the big three this year, and here is the top 5 of the manga this year. Wow, and not one of these is Hunter x Hunter.
I mean, Hunter doesn't. Wait, what? Jeremy, can you repeat that?
This year.
Hey guys, it's me, and right now we're gonna rank all of Rashomon's special moves from Bungo Stray Dogs. Special move number 1, season 1, episode 2. You get to see
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Rashomon. I don't remember it going like that.
Season 2, episode 4. We're coming in.
Okay, so Crusher, when I cleaned Jimmy's room, I cleaned half of it and said clean the rest of it because it was too much trouble.
Jesse, how much?
Oh, dude, you had to clean under this man's bed. I don't know how he gets that many real wrappers under his bed.
So like, I didn't want to kill myself, so I didn't do that. But hey, I feel like if we ever go hang out with him again, we're just gonna have to clean the room again.
We're going through the top 5 best moments from.
I didn't touch any of his clothes though.
Parasite the Maximum.
So I wasn't doing that shit.
I need someone
I should have set that as a Patreon goal to have someone to clean his house.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, just so he doesn't like drowning his
He had
shit.
so much tobacco on his goddamn floor. I have no fucking idea. It was like compacted into the carpet.
Yikes.
So can I?
Jimmy needs
So
help,
can I
but you know.
So can I ask?
It was pretty funny.
So can I ask? Did any find any damn tissues?
Yikes. This man wants to add more to his collection.
I mean, I already have a ton of sword.
Yikes. Alright, boys. Well, let me tell you, it was a good stream. I'm glad that Jimmy was able to end everything he wanted to do on YouTube in one night. I'm gonna go now. I'll be back later.
Okay, so Jimmy. Okay, so Crusher. While Jimmy's gone, we might have to make this man become friends with What the What. The fact that he likes Medaka Box is actually like they might be friends just because of that. Just because of that.
Dude, I'm telling you, they get along. They get along super well. It's just they're both kind of assholes in their own rights, and that's why they clash all the time.
God help us. We might have to one day.
It's two immovable forces. That's the fucking issue.
Top 5 One Piece, Naruto, Bleach,
read all-
Medaka Box, Promise Neverland. Didn't Promise Neverland just come out like 3 years ago?
Yeah, that's all the stuff he read this year. He read
5.
a bunch of manga this year, and he reread the big 3 as like this big masochistic thing.
I mean, you know, you could just hurt yourself. It'd be easier.
I know. I would told him that.
I mean, I hurt myself all the time, so.
It's like, look, I love One Piece, but like after Dressrosa, One Piece is officially just a bad manga now. It's just become bad to read anything after that. It's just bad. I'm
So
sorry.
glad Jesse is here because Jesse, the last live stream, I was here and niggas were attacking me. They were
That
like,
One Piece
stop
is
reading. If you don't like it, stop reading.
We did because it was bad and it hasn't gotten better. Like I'm sorry, I don't.
If you need the closure,
You guys talk
One
about
Piece is
reading
trash
that
right
shit. Imagine watching that shit. I wanted to
Oh,
fucking.
no, also,
entire
what's the thing? Okay,
episode
yeah,
that was
they've
online.
revealed what the One Piece possibly is.
Is it the friendship they made along the way? Because I'll fucking start burning the manga.
Apparently, it's a note from one of the people in Roger's crew.
Is it the spirit of adventure?
I read the chapter.
Isn't it a note from some of the people in Roger's crew, like one of the poneglyphs that was specifically like handwritten or something?
Is
Shit
it
like
the-
that?
Is it the
Seems like
spirit
something
of
that
adventure?
Joy Boy left behind.
Yeah. His like written poneglyph thing, and I'm just like, so that's the One Piece. That's what we've
I
been
have no
searching
idea
for
what
the
it
entire
is.
time.
Secret knowledge.
No, they're saying that's the
pretty
One Piece.
wonderful.
Yeah, they're saying that's the One Piece.
Because one of the things is that you need like all the
It's One Piece.
treasures to maybe get the One Piece, and Gold Roger didn't have the ultimate weapon, which was Shirahoshi. So maybe he hasn't actually seen what it is.
Oh, so he was lying. That's just great.
Maybe he saw something, but he, maybe he didn't have all the treasures. That's why he didn't get the.
So yeah,
the
so you're
actual
telling
thing.
me that like, then like we've never seen the One Piece then? No one's
Probably
seen it.
not. We'll probably see it at the end of the manga, though.
What is this stupid?
So,
Yo,
is One Piece,
Do
so
you
is One
even
Piece,
think the
so-
manga will ever end at this point?
yes, no,
Yeah,
they're like
yeah.
60% through. Oh, that's good for he's like
So it's
60,
One
65% through right now.
Okay, so wait.
Speaking to the
So
artist now, so I feel like, yeah, it's not gonna last
after
forever.
like nearly 25 years, it's only 60% the way through. Is that what I'm getting at?
So is One
Look,
Piece
they're kind
the
of
spirit
rushing stuff
adventure?
right now. We seem to be jumping into another war arc, and whenever a war arc happens, we essentially just go through like 20% of the story. So like by the end of it, we're probably gonna be close to
So
85,
Jesse-
90.
So Jesse, is One Piece the spirit of adventure?
Oh, it's not. Stop, Sheen. Stop with this
No.
meme.
Shut up with the meme.
You know what
We're
I'm gonna
defending
do.
One Piece.
And
That's
if it-
wild. Look, I love
You know
Naruto
what
and
I'm-
Bleach, but like I'm not gonna pretend like they weren't like Bleach has a lot of issues and a lot of moments. Naruto, yeah, we're not gonna go into that right now. We don't have enough
You're
time.
not in the
I mean-
mood
Oh,
for-
Naruto was kind of lit.
No.
when it was
The
still called
last time
Naruto.
you two got into a fucking conversation, it was like a 4.5-hour conversation. I left halfway through because couldn't fucking take it anymore.
Listen, the TLDR is that Shippuden is trash.
Yeah, because Shippuden has a lot of potential. The problem is that like he doesn't use it correctly, and he kind of like lingers on weird stuff. So it's like he kind of focuses way too much on the fourth grade ninja one. Where it's like you could have just rushed through this and it would have been better. Because we didn't need like I get it. You want to give a moment to everyone, which is cool. I also don't care about half of them. Like I'm really not out here caring about 1010's growth.
Let's just.
I'm
let's
sorry,
just
it's the
fix that.
truth. I'm not out
Let's
here like,
just
damn,
Shimori-
what are the new ninja techniques that
okay.
1010 has? Like, you could have just shown me
Okay.
Rock Lee and like Gaara, and I'm like, damn, it's wild that I don't care about any of them at this point. Maybe also Choji. Choji's cool, and maybe Shikamaru too. You kind of need his cool moment with Hinon, but he already had the
What
cool moment.
about Shino?
Fuck, really? We go pretend like Shino has anything? Like,
No,
the
Shino
thing
is
is that-
fucking dope. Alright.
No, I'm
all
saying
you have
like
to
he
do is
has anything.
fix
Like
that
the
and
plot
then
even
anything.
respects Shino. The plot doesn't even respect him. They just are like, dude, we don't even know you're here.
Like that was like part of his appeal. Like he would just be in the background, just doing stuff.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
entirety of the joke in Boruto about him. It's just that no one fucking cares about him.
Yeah, then we have
So-
Anko who got completely shafted in like in Boruto.
Let's not
only
talk
thing
about
that-
Anko because he got shafted in Shippuden too.
Yeah, they just said, Uncle, you're kidding. No, they literally just got rid of Yamamoto. Remember that? They're like, yo, Yamamoto was kidnapped and we just didn't
Man
see
just
this
got
man for like
yeeted.
300 chapters. Like,
Yeeted.
for 300 chapters, we had no clue. Like, they're like, he's one of the Zetsus. I'm like, yo, did you just forget about him and make him a random
So-
Zetsu?
Like
Isn't-
how Naruto, like, what's it called? Fucking Hashirama cells became like a kind of currency. They're like, yo, I stole Yamamoto for his Hashirama cells. You can never have.
Can
too
I
many
ask?
Hashirama-
Can I ask?
The problem is, no, like if you
Can I
wanted the
ask?
Hashi, no, because this is the
Actually,
right-
here's the thing.
What?
Here's the thing I want to talk about. The heroes in My Hero Academia are basically Ivy and Eevee bred Pokemon.
No, I understand what you're saying, but no, because like the problem is, where are you right now in
It's
the
more
story?
like eugenics.
How does
but
that even-
okay.
how does
I'm
that
on
even
the
make
training
sense?
camp.
Literally
I'm on the training camp arc. I'm on the training camp arc.
What's
Oh,
that even
shit,
mean
look,
that
let me make this very
Eevee
clear
and
to you.
Ivy bred Pokemon.
In the training camp
Like, they got,
arc,
like, specific
yes,
stats and everything.
yeah.
Then, like,
I understand
can't
what
they-
he's trying to
in
say,
that
but
case,
like,
why are we only limiting that to My
Like,
Hero Acca? Why aren't like the
Because
characters in
Todoroki is
Naruto are, like,
Todoroki is
fucking-
Todoroki is basically
Todoroki
Squirtle
and
that knows
Aiz-
flamethrower.
no, Todoroki,
Are
Todoroki and Aizawa are literally like quirk births, where they're like their parents came together to create a kid with a powerful quirk. Because people don't remember this, Aizawa has like I think limited telepathy or some shit or telekinesis. That's why he's able to move those bandages.
Okay.
Because that came from his mother. Like those people were bred to be powerful. So like that's what I'm saying. It doesn't work for everyone because like there's people like Bakugo whose parents didn't breed to make him powerful. There's also people like Tokoyami who is essentially an unbeatable monster when he like loses control of his quirk. He wasn't bred to be made powerful.
Yeah, I mean, does that also? It's like okay, so Killua's parents came together to make a really powerful assassin boy, and he
I
gets
don't know
lightning
if the
powers
mother
eventually.
came. I don't know if the mother
Like,
really was
you know
out
what
here
I
trying to. I mean, but they already made like two.
Didn't come.
I don't know if he had sex with his wife. I question that a lot. If Killua was that even had sex, I don't know if because like I look at his wife, I'm like, would I want to have sex with her?
Actually, how
I'm
many
just like,
shonen
no.
characters? How many shonen characters are actually sterilized? Like they just don't fuck.
Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear. Here comes. The
I
new
mean, I
flavor
guess
in your
Kira's one of the shonen characters. I mean, Goku doesn't kiss his wife, but he has sex, so
Wait, are you
I don't know how that
are you
works.
trying
But
to say Sword Art Online isn't a shonen series?
it isn't. Is it a shonen? Would we consider it then?
Yes, it is.
It's an action.
Fine, cool. Then Kirito.
action
Kirito's
game.
probably doesn't have sex. I'm sorry, I don't believe that. Kirito doesn't have
That is
sex.
canonical. Unfortunately, that is
Oh,
canonically
Jimmy,
false.
Jimmy,
He
the
canonically
sex
does.
doesn't. Jimmy, the sex doesn't count if you and your girlfriend put Oculus Rifts on so you can have it in virtual reality.
Ah, I forgot,
Okay.
Jesse. What is it like?
Okay.
Was it like 2 years
Okay,
worth of
Jesse.
semen?
Okay, Jesse.
Kirito doesn't fuck. Kirito doesn't fuck.
Jimmy,
He
it
dry
doesn't
humps.
count if
Oh,
a nurse
sorry,
has to wipe
sorry.
it from between
Kirito
his
doesn't
legs.
have sex on the physical plane. Okay, are we happy now?
Kirito doesn't fuck. He dry humps.
Jimmy, it really doesn't count if some nurse has to wipe it off his legs whenever he gets fucking like hospital cripple change.
That is true.
That's what she said.
Do you think?
That's what
Wait.
she
Okay,
said.
actually, important Sword Art Online question. All right. So during the original 2 years they were trapped in the game, do you think if you came in the game, you came in real life?
Yes. Yes.
Because like, wait,
Yes.
but that doesn't make sense.
You
That
had it in
doesn't
a
make sense. That
dream.
doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Because
Jimmy,
like,
Jimmy, if you jizz in your dream, you jizz in real life.
no, but okay, but here's my response
was
to
a
that.
dream.
Here's my response to that. They didn't like if they didn't have to piss in the game, did they? Like,
Okay. Yes
They're
and
all
no.
guys.
did they ever
No,
piss?
so
Did they
Jimmy,
ever
here's the
piss
thing,
in the
right?
game?
I remember. No, okay. So I remember when I was like, I think 17, and I hated myself as a person. So I read the Sword Art Online novels. They add detail that they do go to the bath and do human stuff, but they don't need to. But most likely, they were all in the hospitals with like
Yeah.
What's that bullshit
So
thing
they
you put in,
probably
like,
got.
your-
They probably had like
Catheter?
They probably had
Yeah.
like
catheter.
catheters
so the
on.
catheter has pee and in it.
So my
It's
thing
more like a
is
bucket.
thing
But
is
in the
but
anime, he doesn't have a catheter in.
yeah, but the most important thing though is when you
So
jizz
he's
when you
just
jizz
peeing
in
the
the
bed
when you jizz
continuous?
in the game what no he probably had a diaper, but when you jizz in the game, do you jizz in real life? That's my own. That's
I mean,
my
I
only
guess-
question.
Yes.
No,
you do.
you would get erect, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Because like, it's connected to your brain. The thing will literally fry your brain. So I feel like you'd get erect. And,
So
like,
here's my question. Is fucking SAO basically dry humping?
I
no,
mean,
it's like
not really.
It's just
no,
a wet
it's
dream.
fuck-
It's just a
fucking.
wet dream.
It's literally just what
No,
you're doing.
it's just fucking, but in a different physical realm, in a different space. Like,
So they're not doing Bioware attempts at trying to make erotic dry humps.
This is you people are weird.
Jimmy,
I have
he
weird
Jimmy,
friends. I have
Jimmy, he
weird
doesn't
friends.
mind
You're a weird
gasm.
person.
I am a weird person.
He used to be the weirdest friend in your circles.
Speaking of being weird, this whole Discord server is about to get less weird because, ladies and gentlemen, I have to go places. I will see you all later. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, Jeremy,
take
do
care.
this. Be
Bye.
safe.
We love you,
Easy.
Jeremy.
Later.
I love you all.
My city needs me.
All right, how you doing, Lou? I didn't know you joined.
I'm chilling.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Cypher soon.
How you
I'm
been?
gonna start it this year, Lou.
All right, sounds good.
I'm gonna start it this year, Lou. I've got beat in everything. Tell
Fuck
Dakota.
yeah.
Tell Dakota. I love how even like so many years on, the three of us, me, you, and Dakota, are still like the arbiters of the anime cypher. Like,
Yeah, basically.
Oh gosh. Like it's never been an official thing. We've never like had like a committee for it, but we all just know. We all know when the season is upon us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is sick, yo. Yo, what was that, Ian? No, Ian. Wait, wheel that back up. Go back. Was that you?
That was. I made a. Oh yeah, no, it wasn't. But I made a beat you'll actually like, because it's a shitty rap beat.
Somebody do.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let me hear it.
Somebody do a drill beat for the anime cipher. I really want to see this.
Let me hear the beat. Let me hear the beat you made, Ian.
Let me hear my shitty rap beat, dude.
Yeah,
Jimmy
yeah,
likes my
yeah.
shitty beats, dude. This is one thing.
Stop.
Damn, I was ready to start.
Can somebody?
Ian, continue.
Can somebody?
Wait. I wasn't able to hear it. Ian, can you run that
Hear
back
it?
again?
Can you hear it?
Yeah. Okay, I hear it. All right, I'm gonna write some shit to that.
Yeah, I know. I feel like you like this.
When you make really simple trap beats, it's pretty fun. I can write to that.
Oh, dude.
It sounds like background music if you're fighting this guy. Look in type chat.
Oh my god.
I just remembering this level from P5. I wish it had more upbeat music like that.
Like, yeah, that would be pretty sick. Oh,
It's
God.
like Dragon Warrior Monsters 2.
Asking, wait, oh wow, Y Chang is. I cannot believe Y Chang is in fucking chat. Why is Y Chang? Why is someone so respectable and venerable as Y Chang in my fucking
watch
chat?
it crash and burn.
Asking him the important questions in this shit. I'm like, yo, Y Chang. I've loved Y Chang's content for so long because it's like, when I was in high school, I was on this huge kick of English language anime openings. And his channel's consistently been one of the best at doing those, and he always did the openings I liked. So it's kind of like, shouts out to you, Wachan. You do great stuff. You and Sapphire, you two are great. Hold tight. Don't start the cipher in bumfuck February again. Someone said don't start the cipher in February again. Yo, fuck off. Cipher season is whenever the new year rolls around, so it could be whenever. It can be whenever.
I remember the first one when Jimmy got his ass whooped by Digi. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I wish Digi cared about it still.
Like literally, ever since then, I've been unbeatable in Decipher though, except by Grey Fox.
I wish.
You're telling me that Dakota didn't really take that throne from you?
No one's
Dakota-
ever.
no.
No one who isn't named Gray Fox has made a better cipher vest than me.
Oh no, Gray Fox has been destroying you. Gray Fox destroyed everyone in the first cipher. Gray Fox even beat Digi. He was like just going wild.
No one who isn't named Gray Fox has ever made a better cipher vest than me.
Gray Fox is terrifying.
I wish Digi didn't sound as nasally in his raps.
Even Digi, like the only one I'll say was close was Digi's first one. Like, no one's made a better cipher vest than me. Like in.
You telling me that Mother's Basement didn't whoop your ass that second time around?
Go
Ty, the joke was funny.
Right.
Ty, you got the whole squad laughing, bro. Ty, you got the whole squad laughing.
Mother's Basement. Mother's
Basement hired. No. Mother's Basement didn't beat Jimmy. Mother's Basement's ghostwriters beat Jimmy.
Oh my gosh. Someone said, "Don't start the cipher in bumfuck February again." You know what? Let me think. When do I want to start the cipher?
March.
Why does everyone say fucking March? Everyone's like, "Oh, do it in March, do it in April." You know what? Because one year we did it. One year we did it in spring. The next year we did it like literally around E3, like June time. So when
April. It's around April. Got to be around April. That's how it works. It's always as I'm looking at some timestamps on when these videos were uploaded. It got to be April.
Fine, I'm gonna keep
true to form.
I'm gonna keep it. Well, the thing is, the reason for the last few ciphers being early is because someone dragged me out of the like either Lou or Dakota dragged the cipher out of me. So this year,
that's right. Well, tell Lou he's not allowed to start it anymore.
This year, I've explained. This year, I've explained that I'm starting the cipher, and I will choose when I start the cipher. It will be before summer. It will be in the first half of the year. Lou,
how did you not use one line about taking Jimmy to school when you're a fucking teacher? I'm disappointed. You're not allowed to start anymore from now on.
The style of cipher from now on is going to be the style of beat.
Haikus.
The style of beat is gonna be decided by me as well. It's not gonna be an Aesop Rock beat because for the past two fucking years, we've done Aesop Rock.
Jimmy,
beats.
you should do.
Yeah, I was already looking at trap beats. I wanted something different.
Yeah, I don't know if we should like. The thing is, I don't know if we're doing trap. I don't know if we're doing drill.
Here's the thing. Try doing a simplistic beat. Maybe like because a lot of these people can't rap and just give them.
Nah, go for the most complicated beat you have in the top.
That's right.
Go for the most complicated beat.
I want the 80s anime like techno beat in the background and really just fucking lay it to them.
The other beats I was looking at was Earl beats. I figured they're easy enough that people that aren't.
Find a good Plastic Love remix. Really pull them at their weed strings.
What is this year's anime cipher gonna be about? Man, what am I gonna rap about?
Where's that song?
I think it's dead out here. I think the whole shit all over the anime YouTube thing is dead now, so I don't know.
No. That's where you're wrong. See, you gotta incorporate a line about all these nerds moving to Japan to feel like they're better than the rest of the community. So you gotta think of how to weasel that in somewhere, because it feels like everyone this fucking year is moving to Japan, and they're like, now my reviews are more valid. No,
are they? They were never valid, bro. They were never valid.
Yeah. That's what you think, but they live in Japan. Do you live in
know
Japan?
what?
That's what I thought.
I am gonna have a line about
it's a show of wealth. It's the same thing about rapping about your chains and your fucking car. It's just to show wealth.
That's right, but guess this. You're not in Japan, stupid. Kimetsu no Yaiba, anime of the decade. Thank you, Garrett. Alright, he didn't say that,
okay,
but also...
neck breath. If I do, the thing about this, okay, neck breath. Let me tell you, if I do a UK drill beat for the anime cipher, I'm going to do a drill cipher, and if I do a drill cipher, no one's gonna understand what I'm saying. Nobody's gonna understand. I'm gonna.
Jimmy, that's not the point. Please.
I'm gonna use all of the slang. I'm gonna use all of slang from ends. I'm gonna use all of the terminology from ends. I'm gonna.
Jimmy. Jimmy, if you want a simple beat, we should use this. I put in Ty Bunker.
Wow.
If you do a drill beat, I gotta go to the hardware store so I can pick up a machete for you. All right.
Whoa. That's hilarious.
And we can hang out outside my apartment, and I can withdraw some.
You got the whole squad laughing, bro.
No, that's Chicago drill. We're talking about UK drill.
Oh no, Jimmy, you need like a mask. You need a face mask.
You need a ski mask.
He has a
and
face
you need-
mask.
You need a record.
I do need
Oh,
a slump.
sorry.
You know what? If I'm gonna do a drill beat, If I'm gonna do a cipher on a drill beat, I'm gonna do a video this year. I'm actually gonna do a video for my cipher.
You gotta.
Jimmy, I don't know if that's a good idea. Remember the last video you made with your
Are
face
you gonna
in
get
it?
Slump God to feature on it?
Hmm?
So you're gonna get Slump God to feature on it?
Nah, but I might get someone to feature on my cipher this year. Who knows?
All right. Well, let me tell you, I'm always in the studio at all times. So if you ever need somebody to throw in some of that spice and bring my ukulele, you know who it is.
So who wants? So okay, chat. Fuck. Okay, chat. I'm giving the ball's in your court. Give me a topic you would like me to go very in depth on right now. Not you guys in this Discord call. You guys hear me go off on shit all the time. I want the people who are watching this to type something. The 39 folks, the 39 thieves, who are watching this. Ha ha ha. No.
I'm glad. I don't want niggas talking about Iran anymore.
Oh, Ty. No, Ty. I'm not gonna talk about Coney 2012. Fuck off.
Oh, you don't want to talk about how a white guy tried to like cause an international incident? You sure?
I mean, Jimmy, that's just white saviorism at like its max. But it was like dude being like, "Yo, I'm gonna save Africa."
And then he went nuts and took his clothes off and ran around naked in a fucking San Diego corner.
That was a great South Park episode.
That was the greatest part of like
real.
America's
That happened.
history.
That was real.
It happened. He definitely did that. Someone sold that to TMZ for like $40,000. Some guy got
It's
rich
kind
off
of
that.
sad though. If you ever watch the Internet Story video, it kind of seems like I don't know, like it didn't seem like the guy actually had terrible intentions. It's just like he didn't have much of a plan after getting support.
No, it was just
He
like
was
his
suddenly-
name, a household name, and then
yeah,
nothing
he was
else.
he was sort of like, hey guys, I want to like help the world. And everyone goes, good, do it. And he goes, oh wait, hold on.
It's literally step 1, get people to know Coney's name. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit. That's literally what happened. There was
I'm
no
like,
step.
bro, what
Just
were we
profit.
supposed to do? Okay, there's no oil wherever the hell Coney is. We can't get the U.S. military to do anything. Okay,
That's where you're wrong. They have trees, and we as America like to get rid of those things. So I offer you.
You know,
no,
here's
here's
get rid of
the
the trees. Just have some hate in there.
no. He should have said Coney is a communist. That would have solved everything.
Yeah.
Jesse,
Well,
what you
look at
get?
this
You
man.
get a bunch of cops.
wears those
Jesse,
different
what you
hats.
get? Jesse, what you get is you get a bunch of cops to Africa and just tell them to shoot at the black people.
Oh,
yeah. See, like I get the joke. That would like, but you would actually do that. The level of like global war that would
I
be
like
caused.
the joke. He said the bones are there. The bones, but
The bones are
take
there.
it back to the
But,
lab.
Like Sheem is just the look. Let me make this very clear.
Oh,
In
you
Africa,
wanna know
if
how
you piss off a
Kickstarters
black
fail?
person there, they will kill you.
Yikes. Guys, Jimmy's like a youth. Lou, what are you doing here, man? You have like a name. Like Jimmy's like, this stream is a rough stream, man. And Jimmy's really just,
Ty, maybe stop saying loose names.
Hey, look,
I meant to
man.
say
The thing is,
talks anime. Why are you here?
Lou is like my big bro. So like he's with me through thick and thin. Even when the stream is trash, he'll chill out and chill with me. Like that's why I love him. Lou doesn't care. Like
I don't give a shit.
I don't
like.
have.
I was a teacher coming into these streams when these streams were like really fucking wild.
Yeah, I don't have many like allies on YouTube, like hardcore allies. But Lou is definitely like in my deeper circle. For real. Like,
do the kids ever find these streams actually? When you're
No, but I've had kids find my social media before, so maybe. I don't think they've
No,
actually.
I
Like,
fortunately don't list these streams. There's a delete them, so you're
I
probably
mean,
good.
to be fair, Jimmy, it's not like you want to be friends with these people.
Not really. Yeah.
I mean,
well, I mean, okay. I'll say everyone
you
who I'm
don't like
friends.
me.
I'll say everyone who I'm cool with on YouTube. I'm cool with Gig Up and Sid Snap and Demo, even though he's not really around. And I'm as much as people like to shit on him, I'm cool with Digi. And I'm cool with Best Guy Ever.
I mean, I don't mind.
Are you cool?
I mean, I don't mind Digi.
Yes, I'm cool. Yes, I'm cool with Digi. Yes, I'm cool with
I mean,
Digi.
I don't mind Digi. I mean, I don't mind Digi. I just wish he shut the fuck up about politics. Because he doesn't know stay.
Yeah, unlike here where we only talk about anime and manga.
I'm retired, but when we talk about politics, there's actual intelligence there. When we talk about politics, it's some of the worst takes I've ever heard in my life.
All right,
Like
well,
every single take is bad.
I'm gonna take this moment to try to shill a manga. I'm not saying that anybody here has a manga themed podcast that I'd like other people to get into. I'm just saying, you know, guys, Witch's Hat Atelier. If you were to bring it to some sort of potluck, if you would, it would be a good one for everyone to enjoy. I'm just putting this out here, only for Aizen, of course.
Just had to tell you a rule.
Not gonna lie. Lou,
I'm actually working on our schedule right now.
Lou, I've got.
Like that's why like I'm so quiet right now is that I'm trying to figure out the chapter lanes.
I don't throw around Patreon too much, but if you were to have one,
actually, Lou, check out a manga called Innocence. It's about an executioner in the French Revolution.
We've already covered it.
So, actually, really Lou, check under your seat right now.
So everyone shush.
There's
Lou,
a copy of
everybody shush. Lou, I've got this manga for you. I don't know if you've heard of it already. It's called Heart Gear. It's by the guy who made this other manga that got cancelled too early called Black Torch. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I've never heard of it.
Well, okay, so Heart Gear is really good because it's this post-apocalyptic manga about cyborgs and again like androids and robots and shit. And it's I would say just give it a check, give it a read through. It's one of those things where like it's one of those things where like it kind of doesn't necessarily have much of it's to describe it would kind of be giving it away. So it's best to just go into it blind and just like build an understanding of it yourself. But yeah, I would recommend Heart Gear. It's really good.
So there's a society of people that live in a wall,
actually,
and there are big people
Lou, have you read
Lou,
have you read Jigoku Raku? Oh, okay. If you haven't read Jigoku Raku, that's why I want to go on manga. Like if you haven't read Jigoku Raku, put me down for Jigoku Raku.
Also, Lou, if you got,
I gotta talk to you off of stream.
Don't put this
Jimmy. All right.
All right, for real.
Also, Lou, if you got into it light,
because I need to break your heart in privacy.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, basically.
He goes, Jimmy, your image right now is just not where it needs to be.
Fact.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
Also, Lou, have you read With the Light yet? It's a memoir about it. Have you read With the Light yet? It's a memoir about a mother who has to raise a kid with autism.
No, I haven't read it.
Yeah, have you read?
Put it in Type Bunker.
Have you read it? Have you read my book yet? I'm not saying it's great or anything, but it might be the single best piece of literature ever.
Manga Pod legit outlived Podtaku. That's fucking wild.
Whoa!
Don't fucking rub it in, my nigga, please.
I mean, hey, yeah, we might take over Pataco and bring it back, but who knows?
Why you?
Does the manga cut have a manga?
I guarantee you.
Okay, so
let me put it as simple as this: if me, Gaunt, Holden, and like Gene and anyone who wanted to, any big anime YouTuber who wanted to joined, like I don't know, Anime Man and Nike Dearest or whatever, and they made a new Potaku.
I mean, like Anime no Yume.
Like no, don't call it Anime no Yume. No, fuck off. No, fuck off. Like take that shit back from Tristan. Go to him and tell him, fuck you. You didn't. We're going to make a patent for this. Like you can't fight us. We'll go to court about this. Call it Podtaku. Call it Podtaku.
Call it Project J.
Call it fucking.
It's the old meme. It's the oldest meme ever since it's gone. It's Podtaku.
Okay, yeah. Jimmy, I'm not saying that we're gonna do this, but like low-key, does Tristan own the copyright to Podtaku?
No! He just owns the channel!
No, pause, Jimmy. Here's the thing, right? Okay, so Jimmy, you know FaZe Clan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So the FaZe Clan channel was actually stolen from the 3 original FaZe Clan members.
Really?
And that's a really funny thing that most... No, literally, there were 3 original FaZe Clan members, and I think it's FaZe Temperate. He stole the channel from them, then kicked them out of the organization, and then he turned FaZe Clan into what it is today.
We should have done that.
And those 3 members just have regular lives now, and they're a little bit better about it.
Gon should have had the balls to do that to Tristan. Gon should have had the fucking
so
balls.
I'm asking. So, like, if, like, you know, Tristan just lost the channel by accident because, like, I don't know, Iranian hackers were like, hey, let's give it to Jimmy, would that be cool?
Well, don't give it to me.
I think as memory serves, The issue was that
Someone said, "Love your music, man. I
It
love
went
you.
through-
I love you too, Jibble. Thank
it went
you."
through their through Tristan's network. Like he set up the monetization, right?
Yeah, it's through his AdSense.
Yep.
It's in his AdSense.
It was in his AdSense, yeah. But that doesn't mean he owns the name. He just
That's
registered
true.
under a name. There was
Wait,
no
does Tristan
copyright.
still get profit?
There was no C, there was no
Tristan
TM, there
get-
was no R. Nothing next to that fucking name.
Not,
It
not
was
an
just
LLC,
Kotaku.
nothing.
Tristan still get money from Kotaku, actually.
You can easily put that into an
Yeah,
LLC.
like-
That'd be funny.
Okay, so the gag I've always been told is Kotaku doesn't run monetization. There's no way I would know that because I have ad block running all the time. So I don't know if any of you have tried to watch Kotaku recently and have seen ads. But if ads still run, here's the hard truth of it. If ads still run on the Kotaku channel, if there are still ads running on the Kotaku channel till this day, all of that money has gone to Tristan. Every single cent.
I love how
Every
I
single
love how all
cent.
this.
Every
I love how all
single
these
red
streams
cent.
always wind. I love how all these streams always wind back to Kotaku.
Mm.
Okay, so Jimmy, question.
I hate that. I hate that, Chief. So how about we don't?
If Radiant hackers were like to give you the channel back, would that be a problem?
Wait, hold on. Who owns the? Wait.
What?
Who owns the Apple account for Kotaku?
Who owns the Apple account?
Yeah.
Who's got the Twitter account, by the way?
All of that stuff was out. You see, I was a mere foot soldier. I was a mere gunshin. I was a soldier. I none of that stuff was in my hands. So I don't know.
Hey Jimmy, can I ask you something?
Mm-hmm.
Did you catch my little Tristan cameo in the comic?
No, I haven't finished it. I'm
Just keep your eye out. That's all I'm saying.
Crusher, to answer your question, the iTunes is run off Tristan's Google Drive. And he stopped paying for that. One of his, like, I think it was like a side Google Drive or some shit like that. He stopped paying for it. So if you go to like iTunes right now for like the podcast, you can't listen to it. It was like something issue with like the server.
Wow.
I see.
So yeah, well, I guess it's really dead, guys. So let's stop talking about a dead podcast. Let's talk about my new podcast.
Joke.
Project
You
J.
guys spun off into a whole discussion.
Let's talk about my new podcast.
Gene's
Hey, what is your new podcast?
Thing on the side.
Podcast, Jimmy.
You're finally
Hashtag Project J.
Wait, Ian, are you still?
You're finally gonna release the Waters One podcast.
Yeah, you know what? We're finally gonna do the Waters One podcast. Yeah, no. But what's it called? Ian, let's start a podcast.
What do you want it to be about?
I want it to be about culture, anime, politics, and everything we live life about.
That sounds terrible. All right, let me tell you this.
That sounds very
I think that both of you guys have a lot of really strong opinions about a lot of things, but I also could tell.
Ty, we're never wrong.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. You're right. You know what? And I'll leave it at that.
Jimmy, if you need a white guy to balance out the cast, I'll volunteer.
Nah, Ian's already my white guy. Ian's the best
I'm
white.
Asian. Dude,
Ian,
I'm half Chinese.
yeah, but you look white, Ian. Okay, I'm sorry. You look really white.
Can I be the person on the
You
podcast
look
that
really
can
white. I know you're half Chinese, Ian, but still.
Man, well, Taiwanese.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Free Taiwan. Free Taiwan. Free Taiwan.
China.
Well, technically they're real.
One China. Okay.
One China.
Taiwanese.
One China.
They're part of Red Dead
It's
Republic.
one China versus free Taiwan. You people.
Can I be the background character in the podcast that contributes to nothing?
Yes.
Yes.
Sit there awkwardly.
Can I be the Irish? Can I be the Irish guy with knowledge of explosives?
Yes.
Okay,
Do you have a knowledge of explosives, Shim?
Nope, but I like that stereotype.
That's Crusher's point of the entire thing is his knowledge of weapons.
I never called I never called Tristan anything. All I said was he gets all the money
Jimmy,
from
if you
Kotaku
got
if there's still money
Jimmy,
to
if
be
you
made
got
at Kotaku.
explosives-
Like, that's all I said. Please don't.
Jimmy, if you got explosives and knowledge, slight knowledge of serial killers.
Oh, niggas, Jimmy, someone said I thought you buried the hatchet with Arcada. Okay, damn. Niggas don't.
Buried a hatchet in the back of his fucking head.
No, okay. Now, please let's be sensible about this. I have no issue. I have no issues with Arcada. I only have an issue with Okada's decision. I only have an issue with Okada's decision to end Potaku. I don't have an issue with him as a person. Like I have a big issue with that decision he made, but I don't have an issue with him. Can we please move on? Like shit.
And I'm the Queen of England.
Okay, yo, these subtitles for our thing are crazy, bro.
Lou, what's up?
Nah, just one last question on this, and then we can move on to something else.
What's up?
Was his concern only exclusive to that channel? Like, could you? Would it be possible to start another Potaku channel on a new channel?
If we take the name and run, I don't think there's much he can do about it. The only thing that could happen is he kicks up a fuss and says, "Why are you bringing up this thing that like is supposed to be dead? That we all agreed we all agreed we would end it." But if
I think everyone agreed that he wanted it to end.
Yeah, if that happens, if he were to bring that up, we would then offer him the opportunity. Hey, you can join us, or you can choose not to be a part of this new thing. The old Potaku is dead. This new Potaku is gonna stay around whether you like it or not.
Because the way I'm seeing it, honestly, with changes in circumstance, like for example, Garnt going into full-time content creation.
Yeah.
I think having the podcast as an easy source of like steady content would be good for his main channel.
Bro, he knows he needs it. He knows it would be a great fucking thing.
I also think because of the way YouTube has changed, we kind of have a more revolving door of content creators, and we don't really have to draw from.
You know what?
the same people.
Let me. It should be midday in Japan. Let me go send a message to him. And ask him what he thinks about this.
Well, yeah, right now, because right now it's fucking Wrestle Kingdom, yeah.
Yeah, it's Wrestle Kingdom, bro.
I know it's Wrestle Kingdom.
I plan to watch that after this.
I'm watching it right now.
Fuck you! I don't watch that till it's over. I'm not gonna get myself spoiled. I'm not gonna try to watch it.
Look, man. I feel dirty watching Wrestle Kingdom right now because I haven't been keeping up with wrestling at all. So like, I don't.
Wait, did you not hear what? Okay, never mind.
Well, what happened?
No, do not spoil him. Don't do it.
What happened?
Does he give a shit?
I do, but like, tell me, I'm completely lost. What happened?
Okay. What's the last thing you've heard? That's the
NJPW. I have not been keeping up.
Okay. I guess. All right. So I guess like Ibushi fought Okada and
Okay, yeah. I knew about that.
Okay, yeah. Okada retained and what was it called? Ospreay lost junior heavyweight to Hiromu. To Hiromu.
Because Ospreay's going to heavyweight, isn't he?
That's my guess.
Yeah.
Also, apparently this first time is gonna be a dual champion. So technically, because what's it called? Jay White lost Intercontinental Championship to Naito, and so Naito goes to fight Okada for also the heavyweight, and so whoever wins that one becomes dual champion.
Really? Are they trying to unify, or is it just
the whole hype about it is that this is the first time a dual champion is going to be crowned.
Okay, so is that Wrestle Kingdom right now?
Yeah.
Is Okada versus Naito?
Yeah, that's the main event.
That's the main event. Wow, so we're finally at the So I actually do really appreciate this. I appreciate that we've gotten to a point where Okada is now the new ace, but Naito is also now the new villain. Because he's been up at the main event fighting the main guy a couple times now, and it's actually pretty nice to see that.
This has to be the time that he actually goes over, though.
Of course.
Yeah, because there's way too many times in which the whole fucking Destino shit didn't pan out. So Naito should actually just end cut Okada's third or fourth long reigning heavyweight.
I feel like if Okada wins, NJPW isn't confident about what they're doing going forward. But judging by what they've been doing these past few years, confidence is not something they lack. They don't care. Ghetto
knows what the fuck he's doing.
Ghetto is very confident in how he's writing about.
Exactly. And not only that, but it's future setups for with Jay White, because Jay White now has something to prove and trying to go through the threads of Naito again, and even Ibushi that. There's a lot of threads you could connect with a lot of this shit. And now that Osprey also lost it, he might actually just go to the heavyweights now. So he could be also in the mix because Osprey beat like technically Okada.
I'm
and, like,
so ready for Osprey in the heavyweight mix, dog. I'm so ready for that. I've been waiting for my boy to get up to the main stage for so many years.
For Hiromu. I'm also happy that like Hiromu Takahashi returned and now he actually has like that position. Also, John Moxley is U.S. champion now.
John Moxley's U.S. champion.
Moxley's
Yo, okay, so
Again.
is Kenny still working with New Japan?
No, fuck no.
Oh, so
No.
Kenny's fully out.
No, yeah, like actually, like the reason
Like
why
they try to bar him from going into the country.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because they're fucking salty about it. AEW.
Wow, they were trying to bar Kenny from Japan. Do you know how much Japan means to Kenny? What?
Well, that's also why they're salty is because like they didn't want Kenny to just fucking take like the elite shit and like essentially like damage control Bullet Club for an entire like 6-month period of like him leaving and shit and
Also,
like giving it.
now Bullet Club, the Elite, and all of that stuff is so weird now. It's so messy. Like,
No, actually, no. Not as much. No, at least with Bullet Club, not as messy as you think. Because honestly, Jay White is actually a pretty good leader.
so Jay White is now Bullet Club in New Japan.
Yeah, he's Bullet Club leader.
In New
He
Japan.
took
So-
over Kenny's role.
Yeah, so now the Elite is its own thing over in AEW.
Yeah, the Elite is its own thing. So the Elite is the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, and like Kenny Omega.
Yeah, so the Elite had to spin off from
Yeah.
Bullet Club. It's
And the
wild how
other-
Bullet Club generated so much crazy shit. Like
Yeah,
just as a
Bullet
concept.
Club did Finn, like what's it called, like Prince Devitt / Finn Balor, did AJ Styles,
Yep.
Carl Anderson,
Yep.
fucking like Tama Tonga.
I'm
like,
so
Tonga
mad they
Sting.
haven't. I'm so mad they haven't pulled the trigger on the former Bullet Club feud at WWE, like Finn versus AJ. Like, I'm so upset that they haven't done that.
No, they're teasing it.
I know they're teasing
Yeah, they're
it.
teasing
but,
it with Finn and
Yeah, no, they're teasing that because like what's it called? Like Finn is in like NXT and stuff, and like he has his like Prince character back again and shit. And it's like, oh yeah, also the other thing about this Wrestle Kingdom is Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Chris Jericho, and like if
What?
Tanahashi
Tanahashi's fighting. Wait, so if Tanahashi's fighting Jericho, so Jericho has good relations with New Japan.
Yeah, John
But Kenny doesn't, and John Moxley has good. So Kenny can't do it with New Japan because they're just salty about him being with a different company now.
Right now, look.
When all these other guys
Jimmy,
from the
what's
same
gonna happen
when all these other guys from the same company are also wrestling on their fucking show, come on.
No,
dog.
yeah,
What?
but like the difference between like Kenny and them is the fact that like they wanted to like have Kenny because Kenny is more over than like both like Moxley
Yeah,
and
no,
Jericho.
I get exactly what the issue is. The issue is because Kenny's a higher commodity. They thought they had him on lock because they thought they made Kenny, so they deserve to keep him on lock.
Yeah,
forever.
exactly. They deserve
And
to like capitalize on him.
I'm sorry. Kenny would have made himself anyway. Like
No, but actually, the funny thing about now is that's weird because like Kenny kind of like Kenny's clout kind of like dropped over the past year because of trying to like get over people in like AEW. So like Kenny, like the Elite in general, is just in this weird like spot, I guess, in the sense it's like they have to pick themselves to like their clout now because they can't always put over.
AEW is showing that it needs to. AEW is showing that it needs to get over its. It needs to prove its longevity. That's the main issue now.
No, exactly. Yeah, like I get what they're doing, like with their bookings, that they're trying to get over like new talent, and I actually appreciate that a lot. It's just that they can't constantly keep losing, like because then like that's gonna like they're essentially like their clout worth is gonna like essentially drop.
exactly. I agree with that. But like,
Yeah, and the other thing,
you
right,
have to protect talent always.
So going back to like the Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Chris Jericho thing, there's an added stipulation to it. So if Tanahashi wins against Chris Jericho, Tanahashi has a shot for the AEW World Heavyweight Champion.
Really?
Yes.
So he's gonna win. Absolutely.
He's gonna win. Yeah. I'm assuming
and
he's gonna win.
And he's gonna come to fucking Dynamite, dog.
No, actually, I have a feeling that like it's either gonna be that or
Tanahashi's
it's gonna be
come
like,
on Dynamite or whoop Chris Jericho's ass. I can't wait.
Well, no, I
Man,
doubt
wrestling's
it. No,
just anime.
you know
It's
that.
beautiful.
You know that's ending with Tanahashi losing. You fucking know that.
Of course, Tanahashi's not gonna lose.
Well, in like AEW,
Tanahashi has AEW plot armor. Trust me, they're gonna either fuck they're gonna fuck the finish, fuck the finish, or Tanahashi's not gonna lose clean to Chris Jericho. Please,
he's not gonna lose. No shit, he's not gonna lose clean because Chris Jericho's gonna use fucking Jake Hager to fuck him up. That's like this entire thing.
It is his thing.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, yo, I'm fucking former Jack Swagger. We the people gonna fucking
I'm mad that he hasn't been
Pop
using
him in the
We
face
the
with
People.
some champagne cork, bro.
Is he allowed to use We the People?
No, actually, do you not remember?
I remember Jericho shot on the gimmick. He was like, "It was a We the People, it's a stupid gimmick. It's done." And he was like, "Yo, that's crazy. Why'd you say that, dog? Leave us alone."
I don't think they're really allowed to like say, but like the crowd says, so they can't really like do anything about it. So they just like reference it like as an impasse.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like that's happening. Also, was Yushin Thunder Liger last match? He's retiring now.
I think the best part about AEW is that people will now shout that shit in WWE matches. And
AEW.
I know Vince is sitting in that fucking big corporate room with the TV in it, like pissed off beyond all recognition.
I don't know if there's one thing that like AEW does not beat with WWE or specifically NXT is that they need to get better at their women's division.
I've actually been saying this recently. There are certain mediums that if you are a fan of, if you're a big fan of, and you have some level of social consciousness, it will push you towards anti-capitalist thinking. And for example, one of those is video games. If you're an avid gamer, at some point you'll learn that the reason why games suck is because of the way capitalism interacts with video games. And nowhere is this even more overtly apparent than if you're a fucking wrestling fan.
Absolutely.
Especially if you fucking are a fan of the WWE. Because the WWE, watching how that company functions, is almost like a textbook example of how to run a shitty multi-billion-dollar industry. It's literally just like a Magna Carta of how to run a shady business.
Well, there's like a lot of things with that, right? I guess. Well, it's not obviously we could just say capitalism and end the fucking discussion, but I guess to go more specific, right? Is that it's Vince is blinded to the fact that he thinks that the reason why the controversies happen is because of the style of wrestling that happens, whereas it's obvious that the reason why it happens is literally because of medical coverage.
Yeah.
Also, Vince is a bad person, but you know.
Well, okay, yeah, well that's obvious, but that's just saying that water is wet at this point.
Also, Ty, what did you post? Oh, Ty left. Oh, of course he would have to post
water.
that.
No, but
water's not wet. Water's dry.
Yeah, because
water isn't dry, but it isn't wet either.
The other thing, right, is that now a lot of modern wrestling just took inspirations from strong style and king style wrestling from Japan and eventually incorporated its own Western flair now. And it's
I mean, they did poach a bunch of wrestlers, so their styles, those wrestlers have been in Japan longer. It'll be
right, yeah. Right, yeah. I don't know. Will Ospreay is a fucking athletic, jumpy motherfucker that it's awesome to play as. And I really hate Jim Cornette giving him shit because it's oh hey, he doesn't have ring psychology. Fuck you.
First of all, okay, I'm tired of this fucking meme that Will Ospreay doesn't have ring psychology. That's so. In his first, in Will Ospreay's first match at New Japan Pro Wrestling, he faced Kushida, and in that match, it was a match for the. I remember because it was a match for the junior heavyweight title. In that match, Kushida's gimmick was that he worked on Ospreay's knee, and one of the things was Osprey does this. He worked on not Osprey's knee. He worked on Osprey's arm, his left arm. One of the things Osprey often does is a back spring. He does a back spring, like, you know, a backflip off the ropes, like where he'll like do a handspring and then bounce his body back and then like flip and then do a move, right? Like he'll do that and then like attack the enemy. But what happened was Kushida worked on Osprey's arm. So instead, what Osprey does is he's able to somehow do that same backspring move without using his hands. So he flips off the ropes without his hands and then does a move against Kushida. Now, someone watching is just like, oh wow, he just did a fucking flare of a move. Like, but the thing is, anyone with actual brains knows that there's psychology behind it. Wow, they actually generated a reason for that to be such a crazy spot in the match. That's what Osprey's ring psychology is about. It's about the moment-to-moment things that are really subtle that actually impact how he does all this high fly shit and what kind of flippy shit he's capable of doing. People who just look at it on the surface, oh, he does a bunch of ring flips and shit, so he's, you know, flippy dippy, whatever. Oh, no ring psychology.
I mean, these are like the same people. These are the same people who complain about like Kenny like being fucking like having like very exaggerated like facial expressions and like selling like way too exaggeratedly.
These are just people who don't love wrestling. They don't love wrestling. They just love hating wrestling. They love hating new wrestling. That's all. That's all it is. They don't actually love. They don't actually love.
I'd rather watch a fucking like Kenny or like Osprey like fight by like miles ahead than like watching like Triple H versus Randy Orton. Yeah. Honestly.
You know what? Okay, it's crazy. I love how my viewership takes a massive dip whenever I talk about wrestling. You guys are fucking losers, dog. I hate it. Anyway, so let's move on to something.
This guy talking about wrestling.
Wait, did it dip by how much?
Like it's at 36 now. It was at 40 something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you good. You're not the one to blame. These people they're the ones to blame for not having good taste. They're the ones. You know what? Because of that, we're gonna play a song.
Song we're playing, Jimmy.
Never claimed to be anything but a Philistine. Like, you know what you were. Come on.
I never claimed to be anything but not a Persona fan.
So can we talk about comics?
About what?
What? No, I was just saying comics.
Oh, okay.
I was getting into them.
I was like, what?
Because I was getting into Warren Ellis. So I was.
I mean, if anyone in the chat plays Vampire Savior, I'm on Fight Kid right now. Want to catch these hands?
Fucking fuck.
Do not
Final Fantasy VII
Fight Kid right now and catch you in.
The Final Fantasy VII remake is going to suck.
You probably won't suck.
It is.
It's every one of them suck. Shame. It literally has the guy who made Kingdom Hearts 2 combat so good working on it, so it's probably just gonna be fine.
I don't actually.
Hey, you know what? I feel like a complete cunt because I pre-ordered that shit.
What? 7?
Yeah.
Special edition.
Way to pre-order, bro.
Everything.
Yeah, no, because I like the only reason I pre-order is because I don't trust myself to still have the money when the game comes out. So like I'll buy it now so I'll have it when it comes out.
Are you saying
what I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for the PS5 to come out, and I'm gonna wait PS5 since the PS5 is gonna be backwards compatible.
I'm gonna wait
bad and then pre-order.
See, I'm worried about Cyberpunk. Honestly, I don't trust Cyberpunk at this point because I don't like the idea of first person
at all.
I'm interested in Cyberpunk.
No, I think the plot's gonna be fire. I don't trust the gameplay or the first person. I don't like the first person.
We're going again. We're getting a Witcher 4, by the way.
No, we're not.
Alright, but let's say this one at a time. Why do you think Final Fantasy VII Remake's gonna suck?
It just looks bad. Like, it just looks like they have no idea what they're doing.
Why do you keep making your claims?
Shim, these are like what do you mean it does? Shim, have you played 7 before?
Let me ask you, Shim.
Yes.
What Shim?
The original 7.
Let me ask you, what
like,
about the 7?
Have no idea
what about the 7 remake? What about the 7 remake?
It looks like they have no idea what. It looks like they have no idea what to fill the game with, but then so they just decided to add pad.
No.
Just pat out everything.
They literally have too much. They have to divide the game because they have too much content.
Okay, so Sheen,
Also, it's
specifically,
made by
That's the reason.
The game was put on
Okay.
discs, Sheem. Three fucking discs.
the original. See, okay, who's doing whatever that is in the back?
But it's played on 3 different discs because of like how much a disc could hold at the time. It's mostly because of the FMVs, not because of the game.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not gonna do the game needs so much stuff that I don't know. It's whatever. My thing is, Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII was Final Fantasy VII was a story that changed gaming. It changed the face of culture in general, and on a lot of levels. Okay, why am I echoing? Who am I echoing through? I'm going to fucking mute you.
I think split screen.
Anyway, so Final Fantasy VII was a game that like changed culture in a lot of ways, and for a lot of the people who let me finish. A lot of the people who grew up playing Final Fantasy VII are not old enough to be making Final Fantasy VII, and they are working on a game that is a retread of that same series. And the reason why it feels like there's a lot of stuff, as you say, padded in, is because now, with hindsight, people are able to look at a piece of art and simultaneously celebrate the originality of what that art was for what it was, and also like, you know, explore ideas that they had about what it should have been off jump with this new medium or with these new.
Also, Crisis Core.
And well, I mean, yeah, but like that's.
Has any Final Fantasy VII peripheral media been any good? And I want to seriously ask you that.
Wait, has any
Final
Fantasy?
Advent Children sucks.
Advent Children is fantastic.
Okay, so
Advent Children sucks.
Sheem, if you think Advent Children sucks, that's a holdover opinion from 2007 that no one really has anymore. Like Advent Children is not a perfect movie, yeah, duh. But like,
Advent Children isn't great though.
Like
Well, yeah, but like, what the fuck is great? Like,
what the fuck is great? What the fuck is great? It's not.
I mean, hey man.
So what if it's not great?
It wasn't like a good representation of like Final Fantasy VII. If that's what I.
That's
because
not true. That's not true.
You know, because Nomura does not believe in Seven's version of the characters. He has a version in his head that he believes in. He's like, yo, that's wild that you thought I cared about.
Nomura. Nomura wants to make Kingdom Hearts again.
I don't think that's what he wants to do. I think he wants to make 15. No, versus 13, which he legally isn't allowed to say anymore. They legally have stopped him from saying that in any capacity. Like, they literally got crazy on this man. Just for saying versus 13. It's crazy.
He's going to make Verum Rex. Verum Rex is going to be the next series that he makes. It's going to be a new... It's going to be versus 13 with blackjack and hookers.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up?
What's your take on The Spirits Within?
Final Fantasy. I've never seen that movie. I don't really think I ever want to. Have you seen it, Ian? Have you seen it?
The Spirit's a fucking backpack. The Spirit is a motherfucking backpack.
What was the real shitty Final Fantasy anime they made before they made a 15 stuff?
Unlimited. Final Fantasy Unlimited. Final Fantasy Unlimited. That shit was
anybody
weird.
Actually sat through that?
That shit was weird. I sat through the first couple episodes. I never finished it. I said, let me watch this Final Fantasy anime, and then I regretted that decision immediately.
Final Fantasy shouldn't be anime.
Final Fantasy should be anime. You gotta do it right. You just gotta do it.
Wow.
I can't wait for Final Fantasy 7 remake, dog. It's gonna be so lit.
No, but like, what I'm asking is, why isn't it a different game then if it's changing so much? Like, why don't you just make it a different game?
You know what? It is
because money.
No, Sheem. It is a different game. It's not called Final Fantasy 7. It's called Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
So
yeah, but it's not Final Fantasy 7.
Sheem. I don't know if you know this.
Sheem. It's not Final Fantasy 7. It's Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
Yeah, well, also, Sheem, I don't know if you know this. Since they have been asked, everyone that I know of has been asking for a remake of 7 for like well over a decade. Like, people thought it was coming with the PS2, the PS3, the PS4. They have been asking people inside Square Enix have wondered why they didn't make a remake a decade ago. Like it's been a thing that people have wanted since forever at this point.
And because
like they've wanted a remake.
And because it's something people have wanted for so long, it's become this is Final Fantasy VII Remake is an example of the mimetic nature of like hype carrying itself and festering to a point where it actually creates the demand for a product that is almost too good to create. If that makes sense.
This is just a logical endpoint.
Yeah, this is making.
Here's the
Why?
thing, I
How
think-
could
here's
they?
the thing,
How
though, I
could they
think-
not? How could they not turn this into 5 games? Because people have been asking
think
for
the
this
game
for 2 decades.
I think the game. I think the game is going to be half decent. It's just not going to be fun. It's not
Well,
going to
okay.
give me the same shit that Final Fantasy gave me.
Okay, at the very,
It's not
at the
supposed to be
very
Final
least-
Fantasy VII. That's the literal point of it. It's not. It's a remake.
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah, yeah.
remaster. If it's a remaster, they're trying to
I
recapture.
don't think. Like, here's the thing. I think it'll be a good game. I don't think it'll be a masterpiece that 7 was.
Oh, you say that it's going to get 12 out of 10. Let me make this very clear to you. For the first 2 years of that game,
That's because the game media can't rate a game lower than 7.
Okay, okay, look. Here's the thing. At the very least, with this fucking remake, right? We can at least say that, like, because I think almost all except for like one main person that worked from the original Final Fantasy VII is working on this game, technically. So it's like, if there is going to be a remake, then like at the very least, it's going to be a remake from people that actually did the first, like the original Final Fantasy.
And on top of that, like they've made it very specifically clear that all the people working on this game are big fans of the original.
Well, no, it's either big fans of the original.
There's no one.
or
There's no
work
one
for the
better to get.
original.
There's no one better to get to work on this game than people who love the original game and have
Yeah,
ideas.
exactly.
also Shame. They can't make a remaster because they lost the golden files. That's I think a lot of people know that like Final Fantasy deleted a lot of the gold files for like a lot of their games, so they can't remaster them.
Also, Jimmy, on your part about fans, do you realize that's how we got Skywalker?
No, okay, look,
that doesn't
Yeah,
work.
wait. So,
that doesn't work.
Shame.
That
Wait.
doesn't-
Okay.
no, it's a bad analogy.
Fans are how we got Skyway. Yeah, but fans are also how we got Evangelion. Fans are also how we got fucking Gurren Lagann. Fans are also how we
Shame,
got.
the
Wait,
thing-
what?
no,
What?
Jimmy,
fans are how we
what
got
he's saying doesn't
Bakemonogatari, dog. What are you talking about?
Shame, Jimmy, what he's saying doesn't work because one, we didn't ask for. Again, 7 is a remake. That we've
Fans
wanted
are how
for almost, what, 2
fans are how we
decades?
got into the Spider-Verse, man. G. What are you saying? Like,
No,
like
it's
this
not
would
even
only
that. Honestly, like
the analogy would only work if there was like a remake of the prequels that also sucked.
no, like even if we like, even if we
isn't a result of fans. It's a result of like anti-fans and
corporate.
Well, no, it's reactionary.
Rise of the Skywalker is literally the result of
Not
Rise of the
money,
Skywalker
it's money.
is literally the result of fucking corporate.
Yeah,
greed.
it's corporate meddling.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
we
what the
fucking
fuck
know
that
that.
is. Like when I say
Not to
fans, I
mention,
mean
like,
fans
like,
make creating
Brad-
things. Like fans making shit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Like,
No, yeah, but even if you concede that the fans like making this a negative thing, to like Sheen's point, like it's specifically in the case of like Final Fantasy VII, is like the main thing is not even like people who love Final Fantasy VII are making it. It's more also that plus the fact that like the main game heads of like the original game, which is what you say you like better than whatever this remake is gonna be.
it is a bit hilarious that the person who was originally tasked with character design is now the fucking director of the series.
And they didn't tell her. And they didn't tell her for like a good 3 months.
It kind of lets you know the way, like, it's wild how a character, like, isn't it wild how Square Enix functions like an anime studio?
Oh, you mean like yeah? It'd be like this is the equivalent to like if like Yoji Shinkawa directed a Metal Gear game.
I don't know.
Like, isn't it weird? Like, it's weird how Square Enix functions like to be honest, I would like to see a game directed by Yoji Shinkawa. I think he would have some interesting ideas.
Dude,
that kind of thing does happen in the game industry all the time.
It does happen. I'm saying, it happens in a lot of Japanese game industries. Like for a lot of the Tales series, most of the Tales directors originally started out as character designers.
Yeah,
like,
wait, actually, Jimmy, you just like
at the end of the day, Square Enix proved you can just slap Final Fantasy on anything, and I will buy it. I've long since stopped believing I'm not a for that franchise.
I mean, hey man, 13 was a failure, so yeah, that's not really true.
I mean, I bought Final Fantasy 13, 13-2, and
That was your fault, bro. Those games failed. 13, 2, and 3 failed horribly.
I'm not going. Oh, by the way, on top of that, I have shat on Final Fantasy 15 in the past, but I will be damned before I let you man them start chatting this waffle about fucking.
No,
fucking 13 is better. 13 is better than 15. Okay, hold on. What are you saying?
The only good thing about 13 was Sazed. The only good thing about 13 was Sazed.
You just have the point that would make that like, oh, well, I like Lightning more than I like what's her name, Luna Freya. I'm like, bro, Arenea's there though. So what are you talking about?
But like Luna Freya is not meant to be a main character.
I'm playing it right now, and I'm on chapter 9, and like, it doesn't Aranea not do anything. She's the best. And I will never forgive them for not giving us episode Aranea.
We were supposed to get episode Aranea, but they cancelled it, and they also cancelled the second episode Noctis. There was supposed. Wait, guys, there was supposed to be a second episode Noctis that was gonna do a lot more to like. There was gonna be a second ending of the game. I think they gave up. Okay, so Jesse likes
Tabata left, and he gave up.
Yeah,
Tabata fucking fired.
Good riddance to Tabata because fuck that guy. He ruined Final Fantasy 15.
I'll say good riddance to Tabata. Like
well, no,
fucking
Tabata did not.
Fault.
Fantasy 15.
15 is definitely Nomura's fault. 15 is definitely Nomura's fault, but like
no,
I said Square.
Nomura's fault. It wasn't even
The problem is they
could not handle the workload, and then they got Tabata on it, and then they were just like, you know what?
Oh no, actually, no. Like Rob, I don't know if you know this early part. So like when 15 was in like development, versus 13 back in 2010, every single day they would update the engine. The assets they made the day before would no longer be viable. So there were literally months where assets were just worthlessly being made, and it was literally like, oh, Square Enix is a bad company. That's why these games.
Yeah, a lot. Like if let me tell you, if they just let them stick to one engine, if they just let those fuckers stick to one engine, one idea, and let them finish that game, we would have gotten that in 2010. 10.
And don't split.
Remember, it was announced. Remember, my nigga, it was announced in 06. Remember that. We would have gotten it in 2010.
Okay.
We would have gotten it in 2010.
And also don't split into. Also don't split the story into anime.
We would have been in like the third game of the series by now. If like, cause that shit would have that like if they just let it be what it was gonna be, it would have banged. It would have had its own series. It would have been on the third game by now, and it would have been great. But we had to wait 10 years and do this rubbish with Final Fantasy 15.
Are we supposed to be getting it to Final Fantasy 10
No, but what's the thing I like saying is the versus 15? Is that what you were gonna mention?
Okay, so yeah, the versus 15 thing is weird because like I feel like that's where they were going, but then Tabata left. What I think is gonna happen now. So here's my guess. Verum Rex is going to be the bedrock for what it might be a bedrock for what Nomura can do, or it's just a thing that Nomura put in for as a secret boss to cap off his feelings in Final Fantasy in Kingdom Hearts 3, or because Sora can't actually. Or because like Sora actually can't go back to the original world he was in, maybe they're gonna keep him in this one, and he's gonna be in the Verum Rex world, and that's good. This is gonna be what Kingdom Hearts is from now on. I would like that. That would be cool.
So Kingdom Hearts with no Disney.
Wait, Kingdom Hearts with what? With no Disney? Yeah, I've always wanted. Literally, what I've always wanted. What I've always wanted.
Who killed your childhood, Jimmy?
Who killed my childhood? I had a childhood filled with Disney.
But listen, here's the thing: isn't the new Kingdom Hearts game meant to be reset?
Without the Disney shit?
Isn't that what the new Kingdom Hearts is trying to reset? Like they're trying to bring Sora back, like by framing it around Roxas after what happened.
We'll find out in less than a month because Remind is less than a month away.
I don't know if Remind's gonna even answer any of those questions, B. I don't know if Remind's gonna answer anything.
Remind is going to answer a lot of this.
That's just gonna create more questions.
Little faith, nah.
Oh man, so you're telling me if you control
Remind is gonna answer everything. B, just don't worry about it.
So you're going to tell me I'm going to have to wait now. So you're going to tell me I'm going to have to wait for an entire decade before I get the next series of Kingdom Hearts that's going to
Remind is
answer
gonna do
everything.
more for KH3 than Final Mix did for KH2.
That's a literally lie, but okay.
Here's the thing. I mentioned this before, but it's an opinion I've held that I think it was a good play that he kind of held off on a lot of info and kept certain things vague and left that for the Remind DLC. Giving all this it did wonders in terms of like building people's interest and hype for certain aspects that if it had all been just dumped at once, I don't think it wouldn't have hit the same way. Giving people a year to ponder over like, oh shit, what's this whole Verum Rex thing, and just like be all this, and now like we're gonna get some answers for it. If it had just been like, oh, you see this Verum Rex thing, and then like, oh, and then it's the final boss, oh, like that wouldn't have really hit quite as hard. But giving people a bit of time to sit on this and mull it over, same for a lot of the other plot elements and stuff. Kingdom Hearts 3, the vanilla, a lot of people talk about how Kingdom Hearts 3 didn't solve every plot point, but it solved the ones that it needed to. It wrapped up the story that it needed to while leaving a couple of dangling threads. Stuff for the next series in terms of like those crazy people who play the phone game who are probably going to have a better idea of what's going on in the series now than like anyone who plays the main games. But then also stuff like the nature of Verum Rex, like what happened to Sora at the end, all this shit. And we're gonna get answers to that. And
It's wild that like the phone game is so fucking important. I'm actually mad. Like it feels even worse than it felt that for me not playing Chain of Memories as a kid. It feels even worse.
Chain of
Memories was important as fuck.
Yeah, it wasn't actually. Okay, Chain of Memories isn't actually important. It's not the reason you should play it. You should play it because it's fantastic and it's one of the best stories in the series. But it's not actually that important.
No, it's not. But like, there's a lot of stuff they reference later on in the series that you don't get if they. Like the fact that Riku's answer, like a lot of that stuff didn't make sense. Like, a lot of that stuff didn't necessarily like click until I played Chain of Memories. But like, yeah.
Okay, fair. It's like, but a lot of people talk about how you need, like, oh man, I had to get a Game Boy, like, otherwise I couldn't understand Kingdom Hearts 2.
I mean,
like,
okay, come on. Were you a real nerd if you didn't have a Game Boy?
True. But like, for the people who were bitching about that, I mean, like, yo, people have it so fucking easy these days. I'm about to go off on a tangent, but like, when people complain about like, oh, what do you mean I have to play all these Kingdom Hearts games for the story? Bitch, we had to have a PSP, a DS, Game Boy. Yeah, sure, you probably had them because like you had portables. Then you had to have the PS2. You had to have a 3DS. You had to have all these different systems. And now it's easy as fuck. Yo,
I love
talk to anybody who is in the Dot Hack series. You will learn the true meaning of struggle for your career.
Every fucking Dot Hack.
Blitzkin, can you mute your mic? You're echoing.
That's the weird thing I appreciated about Kingdom Hearts 2. That's the only game in the series I ever played, but the flashbacks that they kept having to the first and to Chain of Memories, it had a nice sense of, nostalgia for a story you never experienced, but you could still get the stuff. It had that kind of like anime gusto that you could latch on to.
I mean, Kingdom Hearts 3 was my first, like, who's echoing?
It's not me, it's
I don't like hearing myself.
It was Davey.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, like, for me, Kingdom Hearts 3 was probably the first Kingdom Hearts game I beat. It just got to a boss and I just got fed up with it. But, like, yeah, even the game actually did do a great job in catching you up on the series. Like, the whole FMA is basically the series summarized. Yeah. And then you just anime
Sure,
logic.
not Kingdom Hearts
fit in
makes
the rest.
sense. It's a completely. I mean, that's not why I don't like it.
And then you just then you just let anime logic fill in the rest. Like you've seen a few animes put slot like
When pieced together, is Kingdom Hearts like an amazing story? Probably not.
Not really. It's still fun.
That's what I mean.
That
like because even
somebody
Kingdom
mentioned
Hearts
around
3
launch
is
that like
even
Kingdom
Kingdom
Hearts
Hearts
3 has a lot
3.
of emotional intelligence in terms of like its storytelling. Like this was somebody who would never played a game in the series before, has basically no knowledge of it. He said he watched the opening of the 3 and he basically got what was going on. Like he could basically divine character motivations and what was happening, like get a pretty good idea of it just from the opening sequence. I
Yeah.
think that's something that's underestimated. Like
Yeah,
the
no,
emotional
Kingdom Hearts
intelligence
has a like as you say, it's got very like a massive amount of emotional intelligence. Like that's kind of where the series shines, and
Oh, it's earnest.
yeah, it's really earnest, dog. That's kind of the point.
Exactly. That's the point. It's a Disney. It's
I fucking hate you, Jimmy.
What? Come on,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah, were you dead inside?
I can't be bitter and dead inside all the time, dog. Come
Listen, man, whenever someone says I'm dead inside, I'll remind you guys.
I'm dead
Guys were
inside.
too.
I'm dead inside.
Never forget.
What?
Never forget.
Never.
That what?
One of my favorite games is Mega Man Battle Network.
Yeah, that okay. You know
Oh
what?
no, it's not. It's not no fun allowed, guys.
Okay,
I
fine.
just don't like Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, fine. But Mega Man Battle Network, that's the thinking man sappy game. That's the thinking man sappy game. Like that's
Then Fire Emblem's the smooth brain happy game.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of.
Listen. Sacred Stones might have been a pretty easy game, but it's still great.
Oh my god.
I'm saying that's as somebody who is playing that game since Sacred Stones. I fucking love that series.
Play
I've been playing
Final
it before.
Fantasy Tactics like a real big brain, like me.
I've been playing I've been playing Fire Emblem before the Fujoshi's got it.
Oh gosh, someone just said "Dot hack Atlanta." Wow.
Wait, what?
Okay, so I don't know when Atlanta season 3 is coming out. Who fucking knows? Jeez. All I know is they're shooting season 3 and 4 back to back, so we're gonna be able to get both of them not too far away from each other.
Wait,
I actually just don't care anymore. I don't know. Something about season 2 just put me off.
Yeah, well, I still want to see the rest of it.
Haven't you cancelled Donald Glover?
Me? Yeah, but as his show, he makes good stuff. He's cancelled.
Politically, yeah.
Yeah, politically, sure, but he makes good stuff.
Dude, don't you want like Gang to
Fuck off.
Get your $1,000, Jimmy. Wait, hold on, Jimmy. Jimmy,
what?
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
Okay, so that's why you're salty.
Yo, get out of here.
No, $1,000 for you.
Fuck
Jimmy,
you.
you know what I'm still pissed off about?
What?
The person that gave us the fucking plague at Awa.
Yeah.
I still remember that fucking illness. I was fucking sick for 2 weeks. And I woke up in the morning.
I'm probably going to be the lucky bastard that goes to an anime con and doesn't get sick. It's the potato diet, lad.
Oh, Sheem, how much do you get out? Because you might just die.
Yeah, you will die.
I mean, I practically spend every other day outside reading, like even in the bitter cold. So it's like, yeah.
Oh, then you might be alright, to be honest.
Like I could go out to get food a lot, so it's like, yeah, I'm barely
I
aching
feel like these anime fans aren't exposed to new kinds of bacteria.
And I come from Ireland, which is basically like you're full of it. Like
you say that, Sheem, but the Awa plague literally got a bunch of us. All of us were fucking violently ill.
Oh my days.
Yeah, I'd be more worried about the airport food than the plague, than the con plague.
No, it was real bad. I've got sick at cons before, but I've never been that sick from a con.
Although we probably won't be spending any time at the con. We'll be probably going out drinking. If we end up going to Atlanta.
Why would you not just drink at the con like everyone else?
I I can't control myself around the cosplayers, so it'd be better if I go drinking.
Please.
Oh God.
Please.
Jesus
Sheen.
fucking Christ, man. I fucking cringed super hard the second he said that. My entire.
I don't know what you,
fucking
I don't know what you mean by that, but
I just
behave.
fuck with you.
Behave.
I just fuck with you, man.
Behave. That was not a funny joke. That was not funny.
That was not funny. That
was
genuinely like
scary.
fucking like.
That was.
it's shit like that.
Like,
Sheen.
I'm not-
Fear. I felt fear.
shit like that. Sheen. Yeah.
Visceral fear, Sheem.
Visceral.
Honestly,
That
not
was
that-
a
honestly,
bad
not
touch.
that
That was
bad.
bad touch. That was bad touch.
Jesus Christ, man.
I like to inform chat. I'm not pred. I'm not. I like to inform chat that I'm not a predator. I'm just weird.
Oh,
Like that, Sheen.
Anyway,
cosplayers don't trust us anymore.
With that, I'm gonna go end the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been your host, Nino, aka Q Ray, aka the Human Live Stream Machine, aka the Hot Take Intellectual, aka Young Gigadrill, aka the Nigerian Dandada, aka Lil Heart Attack, Ieyasu Toku Ganja, Miyamoto Too Flashy, Hattori Trapping Out the Bando. I don't pay for my Netflix, I got people for that, aka Atlantis Original Otaku, aka the Millennial Fela Kuti, aka the Pagan Slayer, aka Bugs Money, Young My Size. Hey gal, I'm chatting to you. Raw, you're gonna dub me at calm your butters anyway. Aka the Colonizer Pulverizer, aka Boss 9-0 of the Shiri Mafia, aka Strong Boy Jaeger, aka Childish Gab 9-0. Call me Cash the Stampede, cause all I do is make this money and spread love and peace. Aka Charles Spasnable, Bling Hyuk On, aka that kid from Too Many Places to Count, aka Mr. Black and Platinum. Sayonara Mina-san. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.
Okay, I'm sorry for everything.